Hello and welcome to Dear Download, a podcast about Download Festival, music and the industry, and all other aspects related to rock and metal. This episode we are going through every band that's playing on the Sunday at Download Festival 2026. I am Adam, and as always, I am here with Simon. How you doing, my man?
Hello, good day to you, sir. How the devil are you?
Good. Yes, I am very good. I don't think there's too much I want to talk about in this episode because we got lots of bands to talk about anyway. But what about you?
We do.
Anything you want to?
I have one thing that I want to talk about. It's not really a rant. It's just something that annoyed me to do with the perception of us, maybe. So we got announced for Download, obviously.
Woo.
You know, the whole thing
happened.
Bang! The whole thing happened. Very exciting. Well, not for me because I won't be there, but for the podcast, it's exciting. And we got announced in certain places, and there were comments, saying, "Oh, cool, yeah, Dear Downloader there," or "Cool, Load Downer there." Another podcast is there. There were some comments underneath, and some people were saying, "Oh, cool, I like these Load Down guys," or "I like these Dear Download guys." "Oh, never heard of those guys," because obviously people are listening to different stuff. And then there was one comment, not about the other podcast, just a general comment about us, where someone was like, "Oh, I haven't heard of Dear Download. What are they like?" And then the post underneath, I don't think the person made this to be a negative comment, but to me, I perceive it as a negative comment. They said, "Oh, they're quite similar in a way. It's just that Dear Download has a more old school way of looking at things."
Yeah.
That really annoyed me. That really, really annoyed me. And I'm not saying the person went out of the way or said that in a negative way, but that made me so annoyed that is someone's perception of the show, because we are old school downloaders, but we 100% do not look at anything in an old school way. Yeah, we reminisce about sometimes the way things were, but we're not like oldies sitting here only liking the old bands, not praising any of the new bands, or just dissing all the new stuff. Like, we always look at stuff right down the middle, take into consideration what we like. We like as much new stuff as we do old stuff. We can't help that we've been going to Download this long. So yes, you can say technically that we are old school because we've been going so long, but that doesn't mean that we look at things in an old school way. That comment just really, like, I'm not saying the person meant it in like an even a bad way, but it just made me think, I just really hope that's not people's perception of this podcast, because if it is, it's 100% not true.
Yeah. It was interesting. You made a poll in our Discord, didn't you, asking people what they thought, but I think that's going to be kind of biased because they're all our fans, because they're all in there for us anyway. It will be interesting to hear what people think, but I mean, Pardon? What? Old school losers. Yes. Recording, by the way. How we do? Yeah, come into shot because we're recording video. Come into shot to say that.
And then just put a big thing over her, just saying, "Old school." She said we were old school losers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. See, if someone had said they're just old school losers, I would have said nothing, because that would have been right.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's fine. I just, that's what I mean. Like, not sure if this person liked us, didn't like us, hasn't listened to us. I don't think the comment was made to be anything. It's just that comment annoyed me, because I just don't want that to be the perception of other people outside of this podcast,
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. I honestly don't understand what looking at it in an old school way could mean anyway. Like you said, we're not bitching about how it should be the way it used to be. We have done that, but we've also
we've talked about how it's
stuff.
Changed, and some things we miss because we think they were better before. But we don't go, "Oh my God, this Download, I can't believe," like, we're not like moaning and saying, "Oh God, I wish it was 15 years ago." We're still trying to look at everything moving forward positively. But I don't know. I just think that it just, maybe someone will see that comment now and go, oh, well, I don't want to listen to those guys because they're just a bunch of old men listening to, old stuff that doesn't want to embrace anything new. So, and that's not what we are at all in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, it just really got to me, that comment.
Yeah,
it made me think about a lot of stuff and outside perceptions and all that sort of thing, because it's a big shared space. There's plenty of room for loads of people. I just don't want people to think we're something that we're not.
Yeah.
That's why. That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah. No, I think... Oh, excuse me. I think it's strange because it's normally the other way round. It's normally me sending something to you guys. Have you seen this shit? And then you're the calm one talking me around saying, look, just ignore it.
This is what I mean. Do I ever get annoyed about stuff like this?
No.
I never get annoyed about stuff like this. Comments, I get hundreds and hundreds of comments on my YouTube and TikTok and stuff of people saying stuff, and nothing ever annoys me. But for some reason, this comment really annoyed me.
Yeah. But I think I don't think that could have been taken in a negative way by outsiders. Yes, there's going to be people that have never even heard of us before. I doubt that comment has made anybody stop listening to us. But even if it made one extra person listen to us, that comment is relevant to me, as even if it's not really the truth.
Yeah, I wasn't. People see the name Dear Download. Do they think, oh, it's just those two old blokes that moan about everything?
Legends is what they think.
Legend. And we're not even old. Like, yes, we are old school downloaders because we've been going for so long, but we're not old men. Okay, we do moan about stuff, but so does everyone else on their podcasts. So it's not like we're doing anything that anyone hasn't done before. But I'm just worried that, I don't want people to see the Dear Download name and go, oh, it's those two blokes who think they're funny and wish everything was the way it was,
Yeah.
That's it.
But we could do a podcast where we're not moaning about anything. People have and do that. But it wouldn't be interesting. We wouldn't have any listeners because it wouldn't be interesting. We have a personality, so that's what makes it.
I think we're fair with our criticisms. We criticise Download. We criticise Slam Dunk. We criticise Bloodstock. We criticise people, bands, festivals when we think that they deserve criticism. We don't go out of our way to do it to over-criticize people, and we don't go out of our way to lick everyone's arse as well. We try and stay in the middle somewhere where we can say, look, we don't think you're doing this right, but we love the festival anyway. Like, I think that's I'd rather be that kind of podcast than a podcast that's all happy and like, yeah, everything's great. Oh my God. Like, they never want to say anything negative because they don't ever want to get anyone's bad books. I don't really care about that. I just want to be the one that people go to for the most honest answer to something. Like if they go, I listen to the Download because they're not afraid to say what they mean. They're not going to go, oh, we might annoy this person by saying this. Like, not that we would go out of our way to annoy people, but we're not afraid of what we say and who will hear what we say.
Yeah.
Which I think is fine.
Fully agree. A little bit less than we used to. So we haven't actually spoken on here since last episode. Sorry, changing it a little bit now. But we need to get on with it anyway.
I'm done anyway. I'm done. That's it. It's the end of it. So we can move on. We can move on.
Good. We can move on. Before we move on, doesn't he look cool? Doesn't that look like Simon's got a really cool crown on his head? Just move over slightly. You're moving around a minute ago. The flag behind, no, the other way. The flag behind you, right in the middle of the Dear Download flag there. You got like spiky crown. Awesome. But anyway, so we interviewed Lays Martin's Waring since recording the last one, so we didn't actually get a chance to talk about it. And she is one of the main PR people on the PR team that works closely with Download. And since learning what she does, I have been a little bit more maybe we should tone it back a little bit, but I don't think we actually have.
But I don't think we're going over any sort of edges that people don't like. I mean, we're not going off saying anything horrific. I think if anything we say, everything we say is fair. It's down the middle. It's not aimed at anyone in particular, really. It's just things that we comment on the way that we feel, which everyone else is doing in the comments of every Download comment section anyway. It's just that we've got a vehicle to say those things rather than just doing it as a comment, I guess. But I
Yeah.
mean, we never say anything bad, but
No.
you know, like, oh, like we don't go, oh, this guy, oh my God, he's the worst. Then we just crack on someone, like.
Yeah. But I think over the years, we've always sort of said, oh, you know, we hope someone from Download listens to this. And then realizing that someone actually might be listening from the PR, not from the organizers that, you know, we want to listen, from the PR team who are judging us, going, we might not give them accreditation. Just the realization of they might actually listen. It's like, oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't have said that. But again, we're not going to let it stop us.
Yeah, we've never said anything that wouldn't get us an accreditation to a festival. I think we've come back with, you know, some well-deserved criticism, you know, and it's criticism that you can fix and make things better. We're not just saying,
yeah,
this is rubbish, don't do this. I think we always talk about how we think we can make things better. So,
yeah. Okay, things might sound and look different a little bit. We've just done some mid-recording adjustments. Sorry if I was a bit too loud before. On with the bands.
No, wait, before we
get rid of a scooter.
Shut up.
Go on.
Before we do that, let's get a plug in, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen,
okay.
I will now model for you the new Dear Download Times Broken Day t-shirt. Adam will plug it.
Yes, it's a very nice shirt. I'm nowhere near as good as Simon. It's that old side shuffle. Oh my God. What was that? What was that music video? Well, they're just doing that. I can't remember what the video was, and it's just really annoying me. Not Go West or something, is it? Anyway, stop being funny, because I can't do this shit. That was my plug. If Simon has any extra words to say on that.
Listen, go and buy our new Broken Day Times Dear Download t-shirt, because it is sick, as you just saw on me, modelled by myself. Sick t-shirt, feels great, like all of their t-shirts do. We love Broken Day. Hopefully they like us as well. You should go and buy all of their stuff, because they are amazing. And we are amazing. So, yeah, go and buy it. Yeah. Go. BrokenDayClothing.com. Get some Dear Download stuff.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to flash some t-shirts on the screen now. That's all. Just t-shirts and flashing. Yeah, Broken Day, sponsor for these episodes in and around Download, not in Download Festival, around
in Download Festival.
Oh my God. I don't know how we're going to get through this episode. Broken Day are our sponsor around these Download episodes. Absolute legends they are. Like I said, I'll put some of their t-shirts up on the screen. Go and check the website out. Check some of their t-shirts. Check our t-shirts and hoodie, because the hoodie I still wear the hoodie almost every day.
Oh, it's sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much to Broken Day Clothing for sponsoring these episodes. On with the bands with a few asterisks.
Oh, asterisks.
Them.
Editing, Adam. Can I get an asterisk here? Can I get an asterisk here? Thank you.
Just a one. You get one asterisk.
Just one. Okay. All right. That's fine. You can do a one. Go on then. What asterisks do you have for us this time?
Well, we got the old. These write-ups are written by the bands. They might not sound fantastic sometimes when they're talking about albums or something like that. I have been skipping a lot of those bits recently anyway, but it might not always be obvious that the album name is an album, so I'll read it and the words might not match up like they would normally do, and it'll catch me off guard. So sometimes these aren't going to be written fantastically, so I might stumble a little bit while trying to read them, but we'll do our best.
Yes, they are, as I always say, they are not well written. They're not in fantastic English grammar, so Adam may struggle to read some of them, as it's basically like reading Russian in some instances, and bands will use words some of which you would have never heard before because I'm not even sure that these words exist. So
There was at least one band who was burgeoning still, though, today.
classic.
Second asterisk is we cannot listen to everything they've done. We know bands change over time. We've listened to 2 or 3 or 4, maybe more, if we really like the band, of their songs. And we are going to judge them on what we listen to. We might listen to some of their worst songs. We don't know. Assuming not, because we're going on Spotify and what's popular on there. But don't go to one of their posts and say that they're an old school head band because we've only listened to like 3 songs. So yeah, that commenter may have only heard like 2 episodes of us talking about 2005, 2006, and they would have gone, "Wow, shut up, you guys." Anyway, that was yeah. We can't listen to everything, but we are gonna kind of review them on what we listen to, but check them out yourself as well.
Yes, yeah, that's a good point. Go and listen to all of these bands. You know, we take the time to. You know, you could just listen to us, or if something sounds interesting that we're talking about, maybe you might want to take the time to listen to them after our recommendation. But listen, that's why music is the greatest thing ever, because it's what you like is what someone else likes that doesn't like, and their mate likes that, and you like this. It's all perception. So, yeah.
Yes. And on that note, let's get started with the Dogtooth stage on the Sunday, going up from the bottom of the poster. And opening the Dogtooth stage is Spitting Glass. They didn't actually have a write-up on Download's website. I managed to find one, but it's not too doesn't say too much about the band apart from the members. So I'll read it and see how it goes. Spitting Glass is a UK-based deathcore supergroup set for Download Festival 2026, featuring vocalist Joe Bad from Fit for an Autopsy. And I wouldn't normally say these, but I will for these because they're a supergroup. And they've got nothing else written here, to be honest. Guitarist Chris Keepin from Osaya and David Ball, ex-Pint Glass. Bassist Ruben Bescuby, A Night in the Abyss. And drummer Danny Yates from Osaya as well. The band, which debuted with 1HP in 2026, also has upcoming UK dates scheduled for June 2026. Spitting Glass.
Spitting Glass. Yeah, I got Supergroup. The only reason I knew they were a supergroup is because Stu told me they were a supergroup. Last time I spoke to him and Chids on my YouTube, because he was like, "Oh, there's a band called Spitting Glass. They're a supergroup." I was like, "Oh, I never would have known that if you hadn't told me." But yeah, metal. There's only got 1 song, so it's hard to judge them. But as the song went on, it reminded me. I was like, "This reminds me of something," and then I realised it's Raging Speedhorn. It was very Raging Speedhorn-esque with modern production. If Raging Speedhorn were around now, this is what they would sound like.
Okay,
and I've
they are around now.
Only, well, I mean, but their old songs sort of modernised,
right?
Like if they come out now,
yeah,
this is what they would like. If their first album come out now, the production, this is what it would sound like. But I've only put only 1 song, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a groove to it, not bad. Yeah, and I'll also say at this point, actually, it should have been an asterisk beforehand. There's going to be a lot of bands on this day that I don't have too much to say about, and I think I had the same thing last year, so I should have learnt. But by the time we got to the Sunday bands, I think I might have just been a bit burnt out a little bit from listening to new bands, so it was harder to take them in and actually have opinions on. So yeah, maybe learn from that going forward and try and do this a little bit earlier if we can, or at least record it a bit earlier so I'm not listening to so many. But yeah, can't have opinions on everything, or can't have strong opinions on everything, I should say. Okay, so next up on the Dogtooth stage is Private School. Also, no write-up.
Oh, so that's it. That's it.
No, I didn't find anything else for them.
Okay, Private School. I've got here a mix of hardcore and rap. It sounds like the vocals were pitched up but I think that's just the singer's voice. Like, he's got a really high-pitched voice. Very different. I liked it. The slower songs reminded me of POD, but the rest of it had kind of a Turnstile, sort of modern hardcore kind of feel.
Yeah.
But had a little nu metal edge as well.
Okay, doke. Yeah, I think it was okay. I've written instrumentally, I quite like them. Not particularly my thing though. Yeah, I think it was a bit too much rapping.
Well, you're far too for rapping. Can't listen to rapping.
Me? Why?
What do you mean, why?
I mean, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of rapping, to be honest.
You're so white, you're basically translucent, mate. I can see through you.
Yeah, there are some songs I like, rap songs I like, but
Okay.
not too many. Anyway, okay, Wayside. Inspired by elements of indie, 90s rock and alternative genres, Wayside draws from these influences to create and turn them into something that sounds fresh, young and exciting to a new generation of alternative music fans. I could read my bit then. I don't need to. You talk first, then I talk.
Wayside. I've got here alt rock / emo. Reminded me of Holding Absence a little bit. It had that kind of, I don't know, Holding Absence soundscape to it in a few ways. It reminded me of some post-rock stuff in other ways, and a little sprinkle of emo as well. Yeah, I liked it. I liked the vocals. I thought his voice was really good. I might go back to these guys and listen to more, because even though it's weird, like this sort of stuff, like Holding Absence, I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to be too old for it, because it's like emo now, and I was emo in 2006. So
yeah, 20 years ago now.
But those sort of emo feelings in me, these sort of bands bring those out, and I feel like I really connect with the kind of music that it is, because it's just it's emotionally driven, and that seems like the kind of music that talks to me a lot. So these kind of bands I really connect with. So it's in the crowd, it's just a bunch of young kids and some 40-year-old bloke standing there going like that, singing all the words. Old Scottish. If I went in my makeup, if I put my eyeliner on, then maybe they might accept me.
Maybe get away with it. Yeah.
into the fray. But yeah, no, I really liked it.
Cool. Yeah, I've put interesting instrumentally again. Not something I listen to often. The guitar tone and pacing of the song reminds me of bands like Puddle of Mud. Who, I mean, they say in their bio, do they say in the bio grunge? They don't say grunge in the bio. They say elements of indie, and I think Puddle of Mud I felt like Puddle of Mud were like a new take on the 90s grunge era, sort of a newish kind of grunge, and so it feels like this is kind of an evolvement of that kind of music again,
like a post grunge stuff. Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah,
definitely some of that in there, 100%.
Yeah, cool. Well, I feel good now. I've got something right.
There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's what you hear in the music. You might hear fucking Scooter in this, and I might not. I don't. It's all about your perception of it. We're just giving our own perceptions of it. So there's no right or wrong. You're never wrong when you say stuff. You're just hearing stuff that I'm not hearing, or I'm hearing stuff that you're not hearing.
Yeah, cool. Okay, next up is Decessus. I have no idea if that's how you say it. Decessus is a Chilean progressive death metal band formed in 2020 by vocalist Ignacia Fernandez, bringing together musicians Martin, other people. The band's sound merges extreme metal aggression with progressive structures, dynamic arrangements, and a strong emotional core, establishing a distinctive and contemporary identity within the genre. Decessus.
You're going to love this description. I've got here, the name sounds like a band name you would make up in high school that doesn't make any sense or have any meaning. And the vocals sound like Matt Heafy with a bad throat. And I just put I didn't like it.
Okay. Have you looked at the band? Okay. Awesome stuff. Again, not what I listen to very often, but I really like this and would absolutely love it live. The singer won Miss Chile in 2025 too. You okay?
Oh, sorry, no. Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
At least she's got something to fall back on.
Yeah. Yeah, she's you wouldn't from so I don't know why I did a little bit of digging, but yeah, I saw like pictures of her dressed as Miss Chili, and then I was like, you wouldn't think she would be in a band like this.
No, that's quite
From
yeah. Yeah, you don't get many enter the Miss competitions and then all of a sudden they're just busting out growl vocals. That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
See that again, that's a good not how she is perceived as a person, you don't really know someone when you look at them on the surface.
Yeah. Okay, next up is Last Train. Free, determined, tireless. In their nearly 15-year career, the four members of Last Train have never lost the fierce passion that drives them. A quick glance in the rearview mirror is enough to understand why. They've done stuff, films, documentaries, etc. At the heart of it all is the stage. I shouldn't have skipped any. I wouldn't have stopped then. I wouldn't have stammered. Not stammered. I wouldn't have got caught up on that then. They have performed more than 600 concerts, ranging from the biggest European festivals to legendary Parisian venues, which quickly fill up with an ever-growing and loyal audience. Last Train.
Last Train. I've got here... As soon as I heard the band name, I wanted to go and listen to Last Train Home by Lost Prophets.
I knew that. You're going to say that. It's an unfortunate name, isn't it?
This band is good, but I do not see how they are alternative in any way, shape or form. And I've just put belongs at Reading. But actually, no, that's a complete misstatement because bands don't belong at Reading anymore. Pop music belongs at Reading. So they belong at, I don't know, 2,000 Trees.
Okay.
I don't see, like, it was really good, but there was nothing alternative about it. There was nothing different to the norm compared to another standard pop rock, indie band. It was really good, but it doesn't fit in with, like, modern music's such a massive mix of genres, but this doesn't match anything on the entire lineup. So I was just very thrown off by not the quality of the music, but why they're on here.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah, I've got what a strange band to have following Decessus. Strange, slightly grunge/indie music. I feel like this band would be a grower easily after listening to them for a bit. And yeah, I mean, they say in their write-up they've been going for a long time now. So not surprising that they would sort of grow on you. But yes, I think I thought the same as you. Like,
yeah,
why?
like good band. It sounded good. I was enjoying it. I was like, this is cool. But I mean, this is a stupid statement to say, really, because anything does. But does it belong on a download lineup? Well, apparently it does. So it's on there.
Yeah.
There you go. Who am I?
Okay,
I'm just some old bloke with an old school opinion that only thinks that, metal should be on the list. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're gonna milk that comment for 10 years.
No, we're not
now.
going to. I'm just totally taking the piss. All right, totally taking the piss. Seriously.
Next band up is Annie's Okay. Annie's Okay. I thought it was pioneering. It's pioneering. It's very small. A pioneering force in modern European metalcore. Through 5 impactful albums and countless live shows, they've steadily built their influence, earning global recognition and a passionate fan base along the way. Their dedication to the road is undeniable. Annie's Okay has performed in over 20 countries, including the USA, Japan, Russia, nearly all of mainland EU and the UK. Annie's Okay.
And it's okay. I was really hoping this was going to be a Michael Jackson cover band. I was praying. And what did I get? Modern metalcore. Down-tuned guitars, screaming, pop choruses, electronic elements, standard. Not saying it's not done well, not saying it's not good, but for me, just adds to the forgettable, can't tell which band is which trash pile of modern metalcore.
Cool. I thought I was going to think the same. So at first I thought just another modern metalcore band that will be the same as all the other ones. But after a bit, I really like them. I can't tell you exactly why, because that's essentially... What? I can't tell. I can't tell you exactly why.
What we forgot to put in the asterisk was sometimes Adam can't read his own descriptions of the bands.
I can read it. It doesn't always make sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So because that's essentially what they are, meaning they are just another modern metalcore band. But similar to Defects the other year, who are basically the same thing again. But I really fell in love with Annie's Okay. No, I really fell in love with Defects, and Annie's Okay just had that something different about them that caught me for some reason. I don't know why.
It was more listenable, and I was going to put in my notes that the European metalcore bands, modern metalcore bands, are always more interesting because they're always ahead of everyone when it comes to music.
Okay.
Like, everything comes from Europe first that's good. It's we rip it off, the Americans rip it off. I'm not saying that British people don't have original ideas, but I'm talking about, like, in the world of metal, those Europeans, man, they always come up with such good stuff, and they normally come up with it about 3 or 4 years before everyone else does. So,
yeah,
although, like, I thought it was so well done that I had to actually say that in my description of it because it was really good. It's just that I don't like modern metalcore at all, but it was so good I had to mention that it was good. So
yeah,
I get what you mean by that part.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't remember why now. It's been a few days since I listened to them, but yeah, there was just something there that caught me differently. Okay, Encore. If that, I don't know how to say it. If you don't know how, I don't know if that's how you say it. Encore is an alternative metal band based in Catalonia, Spain, with female front singer / screamer Jessie Williams from Bristol, UK. Yeah, they have other bands. Oh no, I was going to say these, wasn't I? Because they're from all over the place. Female drummer Ilani Nota from Athens, Greece. Guitarist / vocalist David Romy, and Fito Martinez, and bassist Julio Lopez from Tarragona, Spain. The band was formed in 2003 in a village near Barcelona when its members were only teenagers. More than 19 years later, with 5 albums on their backs and spread worldwide, Encore is a national reference in Spain, while still connecting with new audiences and a fan base that keeps growing every day. Encore.
Yeah, I've got here alt/pop metal. I don't really have anything else to say.
Okay. Yeah, I really like Encore too. Actually, I could say a really similar thing to what I said about Annie's Okay. I could. I'm not going to.
You could.
I'm not going to scroll back up and read the same thing. Boundaries. Shut up.
Okay, now.
Boundaries have infused metallic hardcore with powerful melodies and poignant honesty since arriving in 2014. The group have organically progressed across albums such as Hartford County, Missouri. Yeah, they have albums. Everyone has albums. They're a band with arguably one of the brightest futures in the scene. Renowned as a powerhouse presence live, they shared stages with everyone from Counterparts and Lorna Shore to Currents. Boundaries.
I've got here old school inspired. Can't even say that. Old school inspired death / metalcore. Done very well. That's the only note I've got, and I'll just put, we'll be listening to these guys more very good. Like I stuck like 3 or 4 songs on and I was like, this is good. This slams. I'm going to listen to more. But then I had to move on. So
Yeah.
I've marked them down as a band that I would see, because it'd be interested to see what they're like live. But also, I'm definitely going to delve into a bit more because I really liked it. No one does. Well, I know some people do, but like, it just had a real, like, old school with new production, and I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Cool. It was a bit too much for me. That's all I've written. A little bit too heavy. I do like heavy stuff, but too much. Gate Creeper. Formed in 2013, Gate Creeper have spent the last decade steadily climbing the death metal ladder. The self-titled 2014 EP established instant credibility as purveyors of the old school form. Gate Creeper's third full-length sees the Arizona death metal specialists. The band members. The band's first album for Nuclear Blast is more concise, melodic, and memorable than anything they've done in the past. We refined the song structures. Mason said, "We're getting better at what we do." Boundary. Gate Creeper. Twat.
It's not Boundaries again. Gate Creeper. Death metal / metal. I've got loads of guitar harmonies. Really good bass lines following all the guitar parts. Loads of rolling bass pedals. Constant. Loved it. Great. I've heard their name for ages, and I could have sworn that I'd listened to them, but I don't actually think that I have before. And now listening to them, I'm like, this is really good. So yeah, I really liked it. A band I'm going to go back to, and a band that I would be watching if I had the chance.
Yeah. Cool. Sorry, Dylan. Same again. A bit too heavy for my liking.
Apologise to him. He lords over us. I'm fed up with it.
Next up, I think their sub-headline, I could be wrong though, Spineshank. They got quite a long one. I'm not going to read all of it. Formed in 1996 in Los Angeles, Spineshank exploded onto the late 90s metal scene with their 1998 Roadrunner debut, Strictly Diesel, and quickly built a rabid underground following, hitting the road alongside current and future luminaries like Sepultura, System of a Down, Fear Factory, Biohazard, and Static X. Known for their fusion of industrial metal, alternative metal, and new metal elements, Spineshank gained prominence in the late 1990s and early 2000s as part of the emerging wave of heavy music influenced by electronic textures and aggressive rhythms. I'm not going to read the rest of that.
That's enough. That's a good explanation. I think stopping there is perfect.
Pretty good.
Spineshank. I consider them Static X, who we're talking about after, I consider to be an industrial metal band. I consider Spineshank to be an industrial new metal band.
Okay.
That's the difference between those two bands, I think. But yeah, I think this band are absolutely fantastic. Loved them all the way back in the day. God knows what year I heard them. It was a bloody long time ago. But I loved them straight away. As soon as I heard them, I was like, it's such a good mix of stuff. Like, he's got an absolutely incredible scream. He can do clean vocals, everything in between. The band were great. The groove was great. They had that new metal bounce to them, but also then they had all the the industrial electronic programming going through. I just absolutely loved this band, and I've still never seen them live. Excuse me. And I obviously will not be watching them at Download either, unfortunately. But if I was going, this would be a band I 100% would not be missing. So yeah, gutted, but I love this band.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely great band. The most recent song in 2020, Infected, is quite good. I'd never heard it until I listened to it for this.
Yeah, it is good.
I never listened to that album from 2012, which was Anger, Denial, Acceptance.
Oh, it's good.
It sounded a bit off. It didn't sound anywhere near as clean and as polished as the previous stuff. And I know it was a different label, so I wondered if...
Yeah, it's a bit rough. I mean, it had been... How many years since the album before that it had been 11 years since their last album. So, it was a little bit more loose, but I still think it's a good grower. Like I was just happy to have more Spineshank, so I was just like,
okay.
yeah, okay. And I think it grows on you. It's obviously, the first three are just, oh man, just classic and really, really solid all the way through. But there's some good stuff on that one.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it properly. Just flicked through a couple of songs for this, just because I hadn't listened to it before. But yeah, obviously their stuff before that is amazing. The album that we always forget the name of, with the beginning
The
of the
album we
end.
always forget the name of?
The
Because you always say beginning of the end, and then I can't stop thinking of the song beginning and the end, and then it completely throws me off. And you've done it again.
This has happened several times before. But anyway, that album from 2003, wasn't it? 2003? Something like that. Does it say here? It might not say here. Anyway, absolutely incredible album, start to finish. I could not believe how much I liked this album and how good they were when I first heard that album. And yeah, I had not seen them either until last year. Was it last year or was this year? Last year. Yeah, incredible. I haven't looked at Clashes properly yet on this day, but yeah, I might go and see them depending on Clashes.
Yeah, of course, depending on Clashes, but yeah, I mean, if you want to just go and see some good industrial stuff, this into the band we're going to talk about next is unreal.
Yeah, on the main stage as well, actually. No, hang on, this is not the main stage. Twat.
No, this is not the main stage.
It's the opposite of the main stage. Anyway, yeah, I'll see what I'm doing. See where I am. What's going on? Okay, moving on to Static X. It's a bit of a long one again. I might not read it all. One of the genre-defining bands of the late 90s, Static X was founded in Los Angeles, CA in 1994 by lead vocalist/guitarist Wayne Static and drummer Ken Jay. The band lineup was rounded out by bassist, they've got band people. Static X rose to fame with a 1999 platinum-selling debut album, Wisconsin Death Trip, and went on to release 5 more albums over the course of the next decade. Yeah, just going to talk about the albums. They toured the world extensively and, to this day, maintain a reputation for being one of the best live acts in heavy music. Static X.
That's very true. Static X, I mean, to big them up, they're one of my favourite bands of all time. So, I mean, what can I say about Static X? Industrial metal, influenced by bands like Ministry, Nine Inch Nails, but because of the time they came out around the new metal boom, they have that in abundance without it added on to all that stuff. They refer to they don't like to be called an industrial metal band or a new metal band. They like to be called Evil Disco, which is a term that Wayne Static come up with, and he was like, "Yeah, we're Evil Disco. That's all we are. We're nothing else." And I love that. He's just like, we just make up a whole new genre, and that's exactly what we are. Album-wise, I think there's only one album I think that I don't really like, and it was the last one with Wayne Static. I'm not quite sure what they were doing on that album, but everything else, including the re-release albums that they've done. If you don't know, Wayne Static, the original singer of this band, passed away 2013, I think, 13 or 14. And the band have re-released all the songs from his solo stuff and Static X stuff that they never used, and basically built songs around them. And the last 2 Static X albums, Regeneration Volumes 1 and 2, legitimately 2 of the best Static X albums. They are fucking unbelievable for someone who has been dead for more than a decade. It's incredible. And I know it's backed up by Zero, who they've got singing now, who does some of the vocals and boosts them and stuff. And when you listen to him live, you can hear a lot of Wayne Static in his voice, where he's trying to sort of imitate him a little bit, but also he's doing his own thing, which I think is like a perfect medium for a singer that comes in and takes over. And I hope that now they go off and they just do an album with him with his vocals. He doesn't even have to sound like Wayne Static, it could sound similar, but it doesn't have to be the same. Kind of like what I'm expecting Fear Factory to do on their next album, because they've got a new singer as well. But yeah, saw them at Bloodstock last year. Saw them back in the day at Download and a couple of other times. They are cracking live. Absolutely fantastic. If you want a good show, a good headline show where people are going to move, jump up and down, sing, this is the show that you should go and see at Download.
Cool. Yeah, before I read mine, I mean, you know all this already, but just in case people listening aren't, so I think it's people listening don't know it, but I think it's the lead singer of Dope, isn't it? That's
Yes,
singing for them, and but
yes.
I think he makes he performs in a Wayne Static mask, like metal, like as if it's a robot.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, he actually makes all of the masks. I assume they were
Sure.
good friends beforehand or something. So he's doing it to sort of pay homage to Wayne Static, not to be the
Preserve.
new lead. Not to be
Yeah. No,
new
I
lead
get
singer,
that. I get that. So I mean, there's
which
that
is cool.
the great Drake meme when I think it's a picture of the Linkin Park singer, and it's like replace your main singer with someone else, and he's like. And then it shows him going like this, and it says, "Make your new singer wear a robot death mask of your old singer." And he's like, "Do this." Basically, don't just replace him. Make the new singer wear a death mask of your old singer, which I think is perfect and probably sums up why people love this band so much.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I've tried to like this band loads of times, and even more since starting the podcast. Because they're one of your favourite bands. I think after the time and concentration I gave them for this, though, I can appreciate and respect them a bit more for what it is. Not that I didn't have any respect for them before, but like, even though it's not my kind of music, I was sort of jamming to it a little bit when I was listening to it. I'm still not the biggest fan, but I'd go and see them if there's no major clashes. So, yeah, I probably would enjoy it live. I mean, they're a great.
Well, there's
band.
only one clash, and it's an obvious clash that you should definitely go and see. Static X.
Okay, maybe I don't know. I haven't looked into the.
Well, there's only one band they
all.
will be clashing with.
Yeah,
and that's the Headliners.
yeah.
So
Cool.
I know. To put it this way, I know where I'd be.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think like I was saying, I've obviously heard a lot of the main singles before. I'd never heard an album properly. So when you told me to listen to it, I'd go and try and listen to an album. But I was just sort of going through the singles again, and before, because it wasn't my kind of thing, I would just kind of switch off quite early in the song. But listening to them for this, I was like, I just kept my concentration up and listened properly instead of switching off. And went, no, I'm going to give them a chance. So, yeah, they're cool. So
Good.
nothing against them. Excellent. Okay. What? Shut
Nothing.
up. Okay. Where are we going? The Avalanche stage. First up on the Avalanche stage is Mold. Massive write-up. I'm not going to read all of it. On the surface, Bristol three-piece Mold present as a new band, a rapidly rising name on the UK alternative circuit, who in just 2 EPs, 2024's self-titled debut offering and 2025's Almost Feel Like Purpose, have already racked up support from the likes of So Young, DIY and Dork. Yeah, they've done some good stuff. Yeah, I'm not reading more of that.
Was I listening to the wrong Mold?
Possibly. There were a few come up, so I made sure I checked out. Made sure I got the right one.
May have been listening to the wrong band completely. I've just got question mark children, kids. Cool. No, this is not Jimmy Savile's Christmas list, okay? This is me trying to say.
Fuck off.
I'm Jimmy Savile?
I'm Debbie McGee.
I did think it was weird that when I was listening to this band, they only had 240 monthly listeners, and I was like, how did they get onto a download lineup? So I was definitely listening to the... Okay, so I listened to a band that were they looked like children, and they were playing like garage rock stuff. And I put here, cool garage band you'd start in high school. A long way to go, but you never know. I've reviewed that mold, so if we can tag them in this now,
yeah,
why not? Mold.
I bet they're in some of the playlists that people made.
Yeah, because
Spotify.
That was good stuff. Well done to the real mold. Kids. The real mold, not the posers that are playing this festival. The real mold. All right, the originals.
Yeah, the originals.
So Adam, please tell me what this mold sound like. Also, if you'd have told me years ago that there was mold on the download lineup, I would have said probably time to put this festival to bed. But yeah. Anyway, go on.
Another band in the between area of alternative music and indie, not for me.
Okay, that was your mold. You should listen to my mold. They were much.
I should have listened to your mold. I got a story on that actually. I know we shouldn't be going off, but I'm not going to say this otherwise. I'll try and keep it quick. So I was talking to a guy. I was talking to a guy who was a drummer locally, and he's been in loads of bands over the years. Was playing in a band called Downfall years and years ago. Played the same Napalm Death gig that we did. They were a huge band, and they changed the name to Kinesis. And I said to him, I never knew why. And I've never spoken to this guy either. We've been going to the same gigs for over 20 years, and I've never ever spoken to him. So it's really cool to have a conversation with him about all the old bands that used to be around as well.
Nice.
But he said, yeah. So they were actually talking with an agent about supporting Megadeth. Yeah. And this was MySpace times. There was another band, like a school band or high school, whatever, maybe in America, who stole their logo and made up their own MySpace page, played one gig at their school, and then put on there that they'd split up. So the agent looked at this other page and went, "Oh, Downfall was split up. We'll have to get someone else for the Megadeth gig."
No way.
Yes, way. So that's why they changed their name.
Oh my god!
How annoying would that be?
It's insane that back then agents were going off of what was on MySpace.
It might not be an agent. It was somebody. I can't remember. I was quite drunk at the time.
Wow.
But yeah, whoever was helping them to arrange it. Yeah. Just
Jesus.
Yeah, looked, didn't get back to them, found somebody else instead.
See, this is why mold. You got to sort out your name to be mold. You know.
Yeah. At least maybe capitalize a couple of the letters or something, or put a V instead of the U.
How did I click on the wrong mold? Because if you click mold, that is literally the only band that comes up. Who was I listening to? Was I even listening to anyone called Mold? I was listening to Mold, capital M, rest is lowercase. You were listening to Mold, all capitals. This is how ludicrous it's got with band names now, people. We're running out. Okay? I say we move on to numbers. So headline and download, you've got 9989, 9989. Then support is 4419. Under that is 2266. You know, I think we should just move to numbers.
Shall we move on to the next band who are 0936?
Oh my God. I literally did not. That was not a segue. So these guys have got it right, okay? These
that
guys
was incredible.
Have got it right.
That couldn't have been any more perfect. Okay, something about mode. 09:36. This was the Eminem guy, siphoning precise raps through a battlefield of distorted guitars and glitchy hues. 0936 holds up a mirror. I still can't believe that. I'm crying almost. Holds up a mirror in his music and beckons reflection. The Philadelphia post-genre sonic insurgent singer, creative and rapper rhymes with the force and fire of a prize fighter. Numbers.
Numbers 0, 9, something. Rap metal, metalcore, pop, and all the rest. It's an impressive mix of music, but sadly not for me. I thought it was good because it was just blending so many genres, which is insane. But it didn't grip me personally.
Okay. So I've put easy listening. At first, I just thought it was another modern metalcore band, but I really liked it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Ivry. That's a long one again. I'm going to read all of it. Ivry is a rising artist originally based in Brooklyn who began sharing music snippets on Instagram as a teenager. She remained intentionally faceless until late 2020, when her first official tracks appeared, drawing attention with her dreamy soundscapes and introspective lyricism. Her music roots blended themes of spirituality, mental health, and cosmic wonder into atmospheric, lo-fi tinged pop carried by her gentle, angelic vocals. I'm going to read more of that. You can pause it and read it if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I've got here a mix of alternative and pop music. Could not believe how many plays some of these songs had. I mean, we're talking in the millions. It's crazy. Not for me, but I'm sure if you were a teenage girl, you would absolutely love it. Or a girl of any age, really. But yeah, not for me, not aimed for me. I'm not the demographic, but I did think musically, very, very good, very strong.
Yeah. So yeah, same comment. It's a bit of a jump. 16,000 monthly listeners for the first band, 850,000 listeners for 936, and 2.7 million for Ivry.
Yeah, really big.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
For someone who is third on the Avalanche stage, that's crazy numbers, yeah. It's crazy how much has changed and how going viral can make a huge difference. I think the first time we ever did these episodes, so it would have been 4 years ago, there was only maybe 4 or 5 bands across the whole weekend that had over 1 million monthly listener.
Yeah.
It was like all 3 headliners and then maybe 1 or 2 bands below them. And that was it. So yeah, just some of these bands have just gone crazy. So it must be even more difficult for the bookers as well to know what's even popular. But that's a conversation for a different time. I listened to the one mega viral song that was here. I didn't understand the appeal. You know what this actually made me think of? If you slowed Foo Fighters right down, this is what it would sound like.
Okay. All right.
But I did actually listen to quite a lot of her songs because I was intrigued. I was like, this is like nothing I've ever heard before. I mean, there's probably loads of bands out there, loads of bands that are doing things like this, but I'd never heard it. Maybe there aren't too many. It's completely different to anything I heard, and I was like, this is great for her. You know, it's again,
Yeah, it was.
not
It was
my kind of
definitely.
thing.
It was interesting. It was interesting. Definitely.
Yeah, to be able to do something that's so different to everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that will come up a bit later as well. So all of the modern metalcore bands actually made me interested in some of the other bands that I wouldn't normally be interested in. The Pretty Wild. The Pretty Wild is a genre bending. Everybody's genre bending these days. Boundary breaking powerhouse, fusing rebellious spirits with raw, heartfelt lyricisms that speak to a generation craving authenticity, refusing to be confined by the rules and expectations of traditional society. The Pretty Wild embrace their relentless pursuit of truth behind social expectation, all while making music for everyone brave enough to break. The Pretty Wild.
Pretty wild. I've got here a mix of pop metal with some heavy metalcore influences. The choruses were very poppy and some of the verses as well. Just real pop influence. But I could also hear a lot of Ronnie Radke influences. And I put here enter being sick emoji.
I haven't written that, but I think I remember hearing that. I think I know what you mean. They're pretty good. We've definitely looked at these guys before. I don't remember what I thought of them back then, but I thought it was really good this time. I quite enjoyed it actually. X2.
Here we
Rising
go.
Out.
It's it, getting band names right again, almost.
Yeah.
TX2, sick.
Just a code.
Yeah, awesome. This is what we should do. All band names should be this.
Yep. Rising out of the shadows of a small town known for music, Fort Collins, TX2 brings an unmatchable intensity in his music through the form of powerful raw lyrics and explosive performances. After struggling for so many years as an artist, TX2 used his pain as fuel and finally found his sound. As a result, his music went viral on TikTok and he now has over 1.3 million followers on the platform. That's it.
TX2, a mix of pop rock with pop punk vocals. I liked the music, but he had a really annoying, strong American overpronounce your I's and E's vocal type, and it really put me off.
Okay. Is that everything you got?
That's it.
Yeah, cool. I think, yeah, so he played a couple of years ago, I believe, might be 2023. I think we missed out on reviewing this guy / band before. They were added to a day really late after we'd reviewed that day already. Everyone seemed to hate them for blowing up on TikTok. Everyone was slagging him off, saying he shouldn't be there. I think if you hate this guy, he's done his job and you've fallen for it, so you are the fool. Because it's not bad music. It's upbeat rock, similar to bands like Iceland Kills, etc. Actually, not bad. I don't understand the hate, apart from he got popular from a social media platform.
You got to hate Bring Me the Horizon then.
Maybe the hate is not there anymore. Maybe, again, I haven't heard anybody talking hatred about him this year, but I think
I've never even heard of him before, ever.
Okay,
so
unless I'm thinking, maybe I was thinking of somebody else.
No, I was totally out of it, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was somebody else a couple of years ago that was added, and I just thought it was this guy.
It might have been. Yeah, I never heard, so I don't think I even noticed that happened, because we probably reviewed, like you said, the music, and if you got added after that, I wouldn't have listened.
Yeah, someone dropped out. I'm sure somebody dropped out in 2023, and they added him. But yeah, anyway, I thought it was really good. I would actually go and watch. Probably if I'm, dependent on clashes, I would probably enjoy it.
Okay, cool.
Magnolia Park. Vocalist Joshua Roberts, guitarist Tristan Torres, and Freddie Creales, whatever, drummer Joe, have never been ones to settle for subtlety. Since forming in 2018, the Orlando, Florida-based quintet have over and over again proven themselves to be one of the most exciting and forward-thinking groups in the underground, spinning a chameleonic, genre-spanning, of course, sound that incorporates punk, rock, pop, hip-hop, and metalcore into a multi-sensory experience. Whatever. I don't know why that annoyed me so much reading that one.
I've got here pop metal, a mix of Bring Me the Horizon, Bad Omens, and Ronnie Radke. Not for me.
Okay. I have put nothing distinguishes this band from a million other bands hoping to have the right hook at the right time to go viral on TikTok. That's how I felt at the time listening to it.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, after that is Dinosaur Pileup. Long renowned for their high-energy live shows and considered one of the UK's most beloved alt-rock acts, Dinosaur Pileup have spent years carving out a dedicated global fan base, touring with rock heavyweights like The Offspring, Weezer and Sum 41, and lighting up stages at major festivals worldwide.
Yes, Dinosaur Pileup. Alt-rock band with grunge influences, little sprinkle of pop influences as well. But when I first listened to them, I always remember thinking, I think this is what Nirvana would sound like if they came out in 2020. Like this would be it. But yeah, just a really great band. Love this band. They're fantastic live too as well. I saw them at Trees in, I want to say 2021, and I already liked quite a few of the songs, but I wasn't like a huge fan. But when I saw them live and the whole place was lighting up, I was like, these guys are fucking awesome. This is great. It made me even more of a fan. Like we talked about on this show a lot of times, sometimes when you like a band but you don't connect with them properly until you see them live. This is a band that I had that experience with, and yeah, loved them ever since, and catch them wherever I can.
Okay, cool.
And I think if you're very lucky this year, you can see them at 2 festivals because they're playing Download and they're playing Trees. So
yeah, I think I remember seeing
you could
that.
see them twice. Unfortunately, this year, the one year I'm going to none of these festivals, I'm not actually going to get to see them. Typical.
You're going to Bloodstock though, right?
Yeah, but they're not playing Bloodstock as well.
No, but you could trick a lot of dinosaurs to pile up at Bloodstock because everyone's.
That's true. I could say, guys, can you just get on top of each other for a second and take a picture of me in front of you? I was at Dinosaur Pile Up at Bloodstock.
Yeah.
Nice. Very
awesome.
good. I'm going to try and do that.
Clever, I am. Yes. Okay, we've gone back in time 20 years, but it's very welcomed at this point. I quite enjoyed it.
Good. Okay. Yeah. No, I thought this is something it has that kind of All American Rejects 2000s pop punk fun to it, but it's also got the grunge sound as well, but not so much of it that I knew you wouldn't like it. It's like a little bit of it. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad that you thought it was good.
Cool. Yeah. It was all right. Yeah. But I was definitely thinking at this point that I was starting to get burnt out a bit more because I listened to these bands over 2 days, like the first 2 stages, and then the second 2 stages, and so I'd already been listening to bands for a good couple of hours at this point. So I remember thinking I probably would like it, but also like my brain's struggling to take it in and process it properly.
But also, because it was different, it probably piqued your interest a little bit more because you're like, oh, this doesn't sound like anything from the last like 2 or 3 bands. So
yeah.
Maybe because it was different, it stood out. Yeah.
Ash are up next. Ash are perennially power-popping Northern Irish trio, are a perennial thingy. 3 decades into a career peppered with timeless indie punk nuggets and wildly inventive gigging and releasing concepts, the thunderous threesome show no sign of slowing down. That's it.
Nice, yeah, Ash. I've got alt rock / grunge, but I like the way. What did they say? What did they say? Indie pop.
Yeah, indie. What did it say? Oh, indie punk. Timeless indie punk nuggets. It's one word, not 2. So I was looking for 2 words.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Indie punk. Okay, that's a good description of them. Yes. Ash.
I can see that.
Very good band. Back in the day, they were all over Scuzz and Kerrang. Like all of their hits hit massive, especially in the UK. I don't know how they done everywhere else in the world. I'm not sure. But every time I heard an Ash song, I really liked it. And then I went away from them for like ages and got into like much heavier stuff. But then occasionally I'd just go back and listen to them again and just be like, oh, this is so good. And I always thought I'm a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan, and I always thought there was a lot of similarities between them and Smashing Pumpkins, Feeder. Like all of those bands were kind of sort of in the same wheelhouse, and they're bands that I really like a lot. So yeah, I think me and Stu were like, oh my god, Ash are playing, that's amazing. I'd love to see Ash. I've never seen them live. This is one of the ones that I'm bummed about as well, because it's a band that I like a lot of songs of, but I just won't be there to see them, unfortunately.
Yeah, cool. Dinosaur Pile-Up makes 1000% more sense now, being on before these. Yeah, cool band. Not something I've listened to much over the years. Burn Baby Burn really is all I know. But I mean, it's an incredible song.
Oh yeah, it's a great song.
But I mean, I'm sure it'd be really cool to see live as well. Or, not just that song, generally. Yeah.
Yeah, They got some cracking tunes. I think even if you didn't know that many, you'd probably be surprised how many Ash songs you actually knew. It's one of those bands.
Probably. Yeah.
Like Feeder, they're another. You stand there and you'll go, oh wait a minute, I know this song, and then like 2 songs later you'll be like, oh my god, wait a minute, I know this song. It's like it's one of those that they've always had sort of hits throughout the years, and they've crept into your subconscious, and then you'll hear it and you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I know this. So it's just some of those British bands just happen throughout history, and they're definitely one of them.
Yeah. I think I remember, so I was not even slightly into rock music when I first heard Burn Baby Burn. It would have been on one of like the Now CDs or something like that. And listening to them here, it made me think there's been, like over the years, so that there was a, but not say parallel, but like, so Ash and Feeder were both considered in alternative music and in the charts, like, and over the years it sort of changed it, and there's been, I'm struggling to describe it, but so they would have dropped out of sort of being in the charts, and then after a while you'd have people like what's that boring band from 2017 that headlined?
Boring band.
Scottish one.
Oh, come on.
I can't remember. Biffy Clyro. But yeah, the boring bit is not what I'm talking about here.
He's completely trying. He's gonna get me round up, guys. He's gonna wind me up. I'm gonna start smashing stuff.
Come and beat me up at download. That's the only chance.
It's only he doesn't understand Biffy Clyro because he only plays 0003 0003 on his bass. That's why.
I don't have a bass anymore. Yeah, but anyway, there's been like a parallel of rock music and chart music, and so like at this point it was Ash and Weezer and Feeder.
Yeah.
And I really want to dig in to see like the parallels over the years and what type of bands are considered in both, if that makes sense. Point.
Yeah, because Biffy are the same.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah, that is true. That's true. That's a good point. There's probably loads of examples of bands like that, but those early 2000s bands, definitely them. Placebo, you could probably say, is another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of bands at the time that were sort of, like you said, like all the normies bought them, but then all the alternative people bought them as well. And then you were like, well, they're like playing Reading Festival when Reading was alternative, but then they're like playing Top of the Pops as well, and you're like, what the like, how can you have a foot in both worlds?
Yeah.
That's really good. That's a really interesting subject to talk about, actually. That's really good.
It is. Yeah, we should do an episode on that at some point in the future.
Very good.
Definitely. But we have to figure out what we'd call it, because nobody else has done it. We'll come up we'll invent a name, and we'll go viral, and then we'll get all the bitches and the hot tub and the groupies, and we'll be invited to download more.
Yeah,
more
it will be a late 90s music video.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, let's move on. That was just an interesting thing I was thinking of when I was listening to Ash.
I like that. Very good.
Let Live. Let Live is returning. The trailblazing progressive soul punk outfit from Los Angeles, California, known for their genre-defying, of course it is, sound of raw intensity, is again stepping onto the stage. Formed in 2002, Let Live quickly established themselves as one of the most energetic and emotionally charged acts in the alternative music scene, fronted by the dynamic and impassioned Jason Allen Butler. The band blended elements of hardcore punk, R&B, and soul to create a unique sound, a unique sonic identity even, that resonated with fans worldwide. That was not an easy one to read. Let Live.
Let Live. I don't think this was the band that I think it is. And this is another band called Let Live. I could have sworn this band was a hardcore band, but they're clearly not. I don't know. Whenever I heard the name Let Live, I thought, it's that hardcore band. It's totally not.
You've got a full stop at the end of the name.
Do they?
The full stop is part of the name, apparently.
What?
I don't know. Maybe that's why I said before to read. Huh?
I don't know. I'll have to look into the Let Live name, and maybe there's another Let Live. But I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be hardcore. It totally wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I've got here it's like post-rock stuff. I got a mix of like, have you heard of a band called Every Time I Die? You might have. They were around back in the day, sort of 2006 to like 2012, they were quite big. Great band, really, really great band. It reminded me of that, and then it reminded me of another band that I love, Glassjaw, as well. Like that sort of post-rock stuff, like weird guitar bits. The singing's not like... It's not like the vocal lines are trying to be poppy or catchy. They're just kind of whatever the vocals come out as, although they do write catchy songs. I really enjoyed it. It totally caught me off guard for what I was expecting it to be. And that's what I got out of it. I was just like, okay, this is... I had to like stop for a second and go, whoa. This is an hardcore band, Simon. Readjust your brain. And then all the cogs and stuff started turning. And then I was like, right. Oh, okay, this is what it is.
Okay, so you did actually listen to the real thing, but it's not what you were expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm with you now. It's not like like when you're on a roller coaster and you're expecting to go one way and you don't, you go the other way, and it's like
yes,
disorientates you a little bit.
My equilibrium had to adjust to let live, as I was expecting beatdowns, and instead that's not what I got at all.
Yeah.
Instead I got mid-2000s post-rock band.
I haven't written too much, but I've put, this is really, really good. I've never listened to them before, but it's great. And I think I remember getting the same things as you did, like just weird, strange things that I wasn't expecting, but just worked. Yeah, I really enjoyed it too.
Yeah, very good. If there wasn't any clash, or there wasn't anyone on, I would probably make my way to Let Live. And although no, because probably Spinetrack would be on around the same time. Unfortunately, it looked like. But anyway, I would give them a chance. Like if they were supporting someone, or if I see their name at another festival, I'll try and see if I can go and check them out live and see what they're like.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and headlining the Avalanche stage, what I want you to do is pick a band, any band between the first caveman that hit a rock with a stick, and a band that formed this afternoon, like a local band, or any band between those two. I'm going to talk about them instead. We're funny.
Should we just
say
Google
we're old.
Should we just Google Google a band?
Band.
Let's just Google a band.
Do random word generator.
A random band, please. Oh my god, that's so weird, right? It's come out with a band that I've played with before.
No.
And a band that leader is connected with and that I'm connected with. I'm not even joking you, right? I just typed in to Google a random band, please, and it came up with Black Orchid Empire. Now, I have met these guys. I have played with these guys. Adam Leader has played with these guys multiple times. That is so fucking weird.
What they like? Oh, I closed my Spotify, so I don't know if I should.
They're a really good alternative metal band.
Cool.
They are really good.
Black Orchid Empire. Okay.
Yeah, Black Orchid Empire. They're really great. They're really, really good. Excuse me. I've seen them in Cheltenham loads. They are awesome. Yeah, they're just great.
Awesome.
I think they're actually playing soon. Yeah, they're playing in Cheltenham.
Oh, fuck.
At the end of May as well. This is so weird. Why
Just
has
go
it
and
done this? This is not scripted. This has just happened. This is fucking insane. I just typed into Google to Google a random band, please, and it literally just gave me a random band.
Watch them. We should definitely go and watch.
Hell, definitely. Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Yeah,
they're a really good band. It'll probably be pretty packed as well. They're playing the Frog. It looks like it'll probably be pretty packed in there.
Cool. Do you know the date? Find a date out. Tell everybody to go. If it's the 28th, I won't be able to go because it's Kelly's birthday.
It says 24th.
Okay, I might be able to go.
There you go. All right, so we might be going to see Black Orchid Empire apparently in Cheltenham because apparently that's what we do now is we just Google bands and then we go and watch them. That is so weird though. That is so weird.
I really wanted to wear my my In Search of Sun t-shirt as well today, but I couldn't find it. And I haven't worn that for ages. I need to find a band that's connected to Leader.
Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, they played with a lot with In Search of Sun back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. My old band supported them as well in Cheltenham. So, fuck, that's so strange.
Awesome.
Anyway, but do you know what?
Are we moving on, or are we talking about
We'll
Scooter?
quickly talk about. Right, I'm going to do a
let me
Ryan
read,
Johnson
Let me read.
gut. Okay, I'm gonna do. Go on, you go. Do you want to read?
Yeah, let me read. Yes, I do.
Okay, you read, okay. And then I'll say what I've got to say.
I won't read too much. For more than 30 years, Scooter have stood for iconic sounds, high-energy live shows, and undeniable cult status. Led by a bloke and other stuff with classics like Hyper Hyper, etc. But the big thing is, one thing is clear. Scooter are not nostalgia. They are a phenomenon. They are definitely nostalgia at download, because they wouldn't be there otherwise. So
yeah, they're all nostalgia. Come on. I'm gonna do a Ryan Johnson. This is a good reference. I'm gonna do a Ryan Johnson. Okay. He's the guy who directed the second Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi.
Okay.
And he totally subverted everyone's expectations and basically just wrote off everything from the first movie because he could, apparently.
Okay.
And it's an awful mess. I don't mind Scooter, okay, because everyone's expecting me to blow up right now. I don't mind them at all. I listen to it. I'm like, yeah, all right. I remember this. I was there. But it doesn't belong headlining my alternative rock festival. That's it. That's as far as I'm going to go because I've talked about it enough. And I don't want to say the S word. I'm not even going to this festival. So I don't want to have to say that word ever again or talk about them ever again. So
F word.
What?
The F word.
I didn't say F word.
What did you say?
I said I don't want to talk about that word ever again.
Okay.
Ever. Sorry, it's my London accent because I'm saying ever. I'm not saying ever. Ever. I don't want to talk about that band ever again.
I see. Yeah. I was never into them. Yeah, you've ranted about them quite a lot. I have ranted a bit about this kind of thing before, but yeah, I'll say the same thing as I said before. It's where do you stop? You know, I mean, it's our opinion. Download is very, very close to selling out this year. So, you know, if we disagree with having them on the lineup, fuck us. You know, we're not the bookers. We're not the ones trying to make money for Live Nation. But it's, you know, where does it stop? Where does that fun stop? Where you if you keep doing it, it won't be fun anymore. And sometimes it gets to the point where you go, oh, it's not as fun. Let's put two strange bands in. Let's put 3 strange bands in. Let's have a stage, and the headliner of that stage every day is going to be a nostalgia band. You can't keep doing things. I mean, well, obviously they can, and they will do whatever they want. But like I've used the analogy before, where I know I've definitely had it, where the really annoying phrase that a lot of people are saying, and you start taking the piss out of them by saying it as well, and then before you know it, you're saying that phrase deliberately. You're saying it normally, and then you're like, when did I start saying it? Like, it's, I don't know. That's what I think is going on here. Busted were fun, it worked. McFly were fun, it worked. Venga Boys were fun, it worked. Now we got Scooter. Where will it stop? If it will stop, how far will it go?
No, but like I said, in District X, crack on as much as you like. Put on whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter. It's entertainment. But this is the festival. You could say that the entertainment is part of that festival, but I just think in the arena it just feels wrong to me. I know it's only a bit of fun, but like you said, it's the beginning of something. And where does this end? Because people are already moaning about how much downloads changed. And when you look at stuff like this, you think, and I've said it on here before, I mean, you know, 15 years ago, this could have caused a riot at Download.
Yeah,
Legitimately.
absolutely. Yeah.
Legitimately a riot. People would have been genuinely, like, we're talking about it with tongue in cheek, but people would have been genuinely fucking annoyed by this booking. But times have changed, and Download's got to change with it. I get it. My personal opinion, it just feels wrong in the arena. It feels so wrong. Have them on District X all you want, but having them in the arena just rubs me the wrong way, personally.
Yeah, me too. But again, that's our opinions. We can feel that without feeling any particular annoyance to the booking team or the festival itself. That's it. Opening the Opus stage is Ego Kill Talent. Power and versatility to find Ego Kill Talent, one of the biggest names in Brazilian rock with a growing international presence. Let's bring up a bit. Since its formation in 2014, Ego Kill Talent has achieved remarkable milestones, performing at some of the world's biggest festivals and completing successful tours across Brazil and Europe. Albums, stuff. They've done pretty well for themselves, apparently, by the looks of it. What do you think?
Ego Kill Talent. Weird band name. Reminded me a little of Incubus when they were a little less new metal-y, like the mid-2000s Incubus. I liked it. I could also hear a little bit of Perfect Circle and loads of Biffy Clyro.
Okay.
It was good.
Cool. Yeah. I quite enjoyed it. Yeah, I've put a modernish take on bluesy rock and roll, I thought. But I enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah, they were good.
Cool. And next
That'd
up,
be a good opener.
Cats.
That might be, just
It would
looking
be.
across the opening. That would probably be my opener, to be honest. If I was in early that day, I think from all the stages, spoiler alert, I think that would be my opener.
Cool. I've gone too far. Catch Your Breath. Oh, it says it in the first line anyway. Catch Your Breath is a fresh, burgeoning, another band. This is the one
they're burgeoning,
band who are burgeoning on this day.
Baby.
Burgeoning hard rock act based out of Austin, Texas. This eclectic four-piece injects a unique mix of synth soundscaping elements, imaginative production, and refined songwriting, creating an intense amount of emotion while still keeping it heavy and unique. With the success of their debut album, Shame on Me, seeing multiple singles added to active rotation on Sirius XM Octane Radio, paired with very solid touring history over the last, whatever. They're doing well too.
All these bands, everyone's doing well. Let's just assume. Catch Your Breath. I've got here pop rock / metal. Singer has a good voice. It was fine. I don't really have anything else to say.
Okay, cool. Another band with a few mega popular songs, a catchy chorus, who is also burgeoning. Actually, I know this song. I really like this song. The first sentence still stands, though. Still stands. The first sentence that I was supposed to write still stands. That just seems like another one of those bands with, like you said, catchy choruses, trying to be the next big thing from the chorus taking off on TikTok or something. Cool. On to Mammoth, and I thought I'm going to make a point of reading all of this bio. So, Grammy Award nominated songwriter, vocalist, multi-instrumentalist, and producer Wolfgang Van Halen continues to separate Mammoth from the pack. The music stands alone on a foundation anchored by his impressive sonic proficiency across drums, bass, keys, and guitar, and airtight arena-size hooks with unforgettable vocals. He harbours an irresistible signature sound, inventive vision, and incomparable identity, vaunted by a fervent global fan base.
Jesus. Mammoth. I've got here sounded like Alter Bridge. Impressive guitar work.
Yeah, well, he played guitar for Tremonti for about 4 years, I think, 2012 to 2016, I think I read.
probably why it sounded like Alter Bridge.
Yeah. Could have been. It could be the wrong years, but yeah. So I've got. Oh, was that everything you
That's
had?
it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all know what most of that bio is referring to. Although I did have to check to make sure it wasn't all a ruse and Van Halen was just a stage name and he's just pretending that he's Van Halen's son. But no, he is. Sure, he probably doesn't have to go. Oh, stage name. Sure, he probably doesn't have to go to quite this much explanation that he's his own person. You know, that's why I thought I'd read all of it, because he's just trying maybe too hard to say, I'm not like my dad, or, you know, I'm as good as my dad, but listen to me separately, sort of thing. It was probably 4 or 5 points in that to say this is his own thing.
Yeah, he probably wants to. I mean, although he gets all the perks of being the son, he also doesn't want to be compared as well. So,
yeah. So, he didn't have to go to that, like, to as much explanation that he's his own person with his own music, but it must be difficult to, like you said, people will go, "Oh, you're Van Halen's son. You got to where you are because you're Van Halen's son." Yeah. But I thought it was really good music, though. I really enjoyed it. I thought
it's obviously an incredible musician. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he does stand out on his own, incredibly well.
Very talented.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. Yeah, but really good. Dogstar, up next. Comprised of guitarist, vocalist Brett Domrose, drummer Robert Mailhouse, and bassist Keanu Reeves. Dogstar was born. I don't know why I said it like that. Dogstar was born in 1991 as a band of friends who came together in a garage in Southern California and simply dreamed of playing music together and making a little noise.
Dogstar. When their latest music video came out, it was recommended to me on YouTube, and I listened to it. I thought, that's pretty good, actually. I like it. Good bass lines. Fair play to him. I've got here. They reminded me a lot of Queens of the Stone Age. It's that kind of music.
Thought the same.
Yeah, but I mean, I love Queens of the Stone Age, so I just put good. I really liked it. Like, they don't have much on Spotify. I think they have released stuff before, but
okay.
There's probably CDs and stuff like that, but there's not much on Spotify. It's just their new stuff. Maybe they just want people to listen to the new shit. But yeah, from what I've heard, I actually really liked it.
Cool. I got a bit silly again. Are they the dog's bollocks or dog shit? Yeah, pretty rubbish music. Ooh, look, I laid my eyes on a celebrity from 100 feet away. I'm going to get some likes from this picture I took. Take a couple extra, Stu, and give some to us so we can get some likes too.
Oh, I like that. That's a double whammy, that is. Yeah. I like that. Mocking other people, and you can't help but mock Stu, can you? Fuck you, mate. I know you're listening.
Yeah, no, I didn't enjoy the music.
Oh, okay. I was surprised about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, moving on. Trying to be a bit more serious now.
Why?
Because there's a Swedish band coming up.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I will remain quiet for a second. I'll stay perfectly still while you do this explanation. Go.
I can't now. Throne is a Swedish hardcore / metalcore band from Stockholm featuring vocalist Marcus Lundvik, guitar. They got people. I can't say Swedish names. The band debuted in 2022 with their EP Extended Pain, followed by their debut full-length album Excessive Guilt in 2024, which earned them the Best Breakthrough Album Award at the Heavy Music Awards in 2025, while winning Best Breakthrough Live Artist in 2024. Throne.
I didn't move. I've got here modern hardcore / metalcore, but including the electronic elements. Very strange. But without the shitty pop hooks. Was very good. Very heavy, very good. I liked it a lot. It was... Yeah. It's like... This was like the best bits of modern metal put together,
Okay.
and all the worst bits have just been thrown in the bin,
Yeah.
which I really enjoyed. If more modern metalcore stuff sounded like this, I would listen to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not usually into hardcore too much, but I involuntarily found myself nodding my head to this. And I think this is maybe the first band. Not that there was not that I didn't like any others, but yeah, this is the first band I sort of found myself just nodding to as I was listening. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that's strange. Wasn't
nice.
expecting to do that. But yeah, so it's pretty good. I quite liked it as well.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'll probably listen to more of these guys and see what's up. But yeah, I liked it.
Cool. The plot in you. The plot in you have continued to evolve both musically and creatively. Following the release of 2021's Swan Song, they introduced their volume series in 2024 with volume 1 and 2 alongside singles like Stuff, These Things. These releases showcase the band's growth while maintaining the emotional intensity that has defined their sound. They've also remained busy on the road, strengthening their connection with fans through relentless touring and live performances. Yeah, I'm not going to do any more than that.
The Plot in You. Terrible band name. Pop metal with heavy parts, not for me.
Okay. I've checked them out before. I was kind of keen on them, but honestly, nothing stood out to me as exciting, and will want to revisit them this time for some reason. Yeah. I thought I liked them, basically, but not as much as I thought. Social Distortion. The enduring LA punk band Social Distortion has overcome numerous personnel shifts even. The demise of the Los Angeles hardcore scene that spawned them, and the heroin addiction of singer/guitarist/band leader Mike Ness to achieve a measure of mainstream acceptance for their rootsy, hard-hitting punk without compromise. Social Distortion.
Social Distortion. Old school punk band. Was I? Easy to listen to. I like a lot of old school punk stuff. Social Distortion is a band that's never come across my radar. Although I've seen a lot of wearing Social Distortion t-shirts.
Yeah,
I remember being in Camden back in the day a lot, seeing a lot of Social Distortion t-shirts. I didn't think it was great. Maybe I just wasn't in a punk frame of mind, and I need to go back and listen to their back catalogue because they're like a legendary band. So I need to listen to more to sort of make my judgment. But I enjoyed it, and I felt like it was easy to listen to. Like I kind of had it on while I was doing stuff, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. But I wasn't concentrating enough to make my own judgment for an old school punk band. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I've just written old school punk. Quite enjoyable. I didn't really get much else from it to write anymore, to be honest. Similar to you, it didn't grip me that much, but it was okay. Tom Morello. Tom Morello is living proof of the transformative power of rock and roll. Known for his innovative guitar solos and thunderous riffs, Morello is a groundbreaking artist, whether in his solo career or as an original member of the rock bands Rage Against the Machine and Audioslave, two acts responsible for multiple Grammy Awards and a combined 30 million albums sold worldwide.
I mean, very true statements. I've got here, so I've written down the band. I've written Tom, then Morello spelt incorrectly. Then my explanation is Tom spelt incorrectly, Morello spelt incorrectly. And I think what I was trying to say by that was it's Tom Morello. There's no explanation or description needed.
Yeah.
But I misspelt out of those 4 words. I misspelled 3 of them somehow. How do you misspell Tom?
I don't know.
Because it's got an E at the end, so it's Tom. Or Tom E. I don't know. I'm losing it, man.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, there could be some explanation needed. I'm going to ask you some questions. So yeah, some great songs as collaborations. Will be interesting to see what he's like live, like on his own, because a lot of his songs were with other people. He doesn't. I mean, does he sing?
No,
He doesn't sing,
no.
so he just gets other singers in. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
a
know
lot of
it's most
guests,
of his.
a lot of guests in. So
Yeah,
I don't know who's playing and who's on which ones of his tracks. So I think if there's other people across the weekend that have guested on his tracks before, you might get some guest spots playing live. So I think if you want to see people randomly show up, this might probably be a good set to go
yeah.
to.
I know
Just
he's
to see.
played before, but I didn't know if you'd seen him.
Yeah, he's played before. He's played with Prophets of Rage and he's played with Rage Against the Machine. So he's actually played Download a hell of a lot.
And Audio Slave the first year.
And Audio Slave, of course, yeah. So
yeah.
1, 2, 3. He's played with 4 different bands at Download, which is quite a lot actually. So Tom Morello's a Download regular. But yeah, no, I fucking love Rage Against the Machine. I fucking love Audio Slave. Prophets of Rage, it was alright. And his stuff is fine. I don't really like featured music that much. So
Yeah.
all the Tom Morello parts I like, but all the features I'm just like, You know, can you just get a singer to sing everything, please? Because that would just be much better for me.
Yeah.
But you know, it's Tom Morello. He's awesome. He's
Yeah.
one of the most innovative, original style guitar players there possibly ever could be. So he's a legend.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, but yeah, it will be interesting to see then. I wasn't sure if you actually saw him when he was there last time.
No.
Okay, moving up then is Mastodon. Grammy award-winning band Mastodon have steadily evolved into one of the most influential, inimitable and iconic rock bands of the modern era. Since emerging in 2000, the Atlanta Quartet have defied both sonic and thematic boundaries with an uncategorizable, undeniable and uncompromising vision, unlike anything else in music.
Wowza. Yeah, Mastodon. I mean, what can I say? One of my favourite metal bands of all time, prog metal bands. Just an incredible band. Hard to define them. Sometimes they're metal, sometimes they're prog, sometimes they're just prog. I mean, they can make 16-minute tracks, they can make 3-minute tracks, they can make ones with a hooky chorus, they can make ones that go on forever and don't have a chorus. You know, they are just such an adaptable band that makes very, very interesting music. Obviously before with the 2 singers or 3 singers in some cases. It's hard to put this band into words about just how interesting they are, and especially if you're a fan of prog stuff, just how important Mastodon are, how great the riffs are, how incredible the vocals manage to blend and make prog metal catchy, which it shouldn't be really, but somehow they make it actually catchy. And yeah, the level of musicianship is just at 100 plus all the time. Also live, the last few times they've played Download, they've been pretty bland. Kind of just like a band that's showing up, playing their music because they're getting paid and then leaving the stage. Like, not bad, but just not... There's not a show there. It's just they're coming on, they're playing the songs, and they're leaving. And then the last time they just played a weird set where they played like no hits at all. And they just played all the weird songs, and everyone was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, that's great, but I think at a festival when you're trying to attract new fans, it's probably not the way to go. Because I was like, with all my mates, I was like, come here, we were going to watch Mastodon. And they were like, cool, man. This is just a 10-minute prog track. What's going on here? I'm like, sorry, I didn't realise I was taking you to see 70s Rainbow. I meant for you to come and see a Mastodon show where they have catchy choruses and a bit of prog metal. But then what I'm going to transition into for this time is I'm really gutted I won't be seeing them, because when I saw them at Bloodstock, and obviously since now they've got the new guitarist, man, it literally the best Mastodon show I've ever seen. And I saw them back in the day as well. It literally looked like someone had lit a fire under their belly. They were going for it. And I haven't seen Mastodon like that for a very, very long time. And I just think that having this new injection into the band has kind of just revitalized them and is just like, right, you know, there's someone new in here. Let's go. Yeah, incredible. So I think I'll be genuinely gutted about missing this Mastodon show, because I think this is going to be huge.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, well, we've talked about them a few times since they were announced. Quite good again. I've written not again because whatever. I've still never really given much time to them, but I really should. So I think the first song I ever heard was Blood and Thunder, and I just couldn't get past the hardcore style vocals. It was
Right.
quite shouty. But
Yeah.
on a closer listen, instrumentally, they are awesome. Like, I think there was a couple from 2014 album that I listened to that I sent you a
Yes.
message, didn't I? And I was like, this is
Yeah.
incredible. And and the vocals sounded nothing like what I expected. So again, this is how one song can put somebody off for life. And well, not life for me now, because I will sort of listen to more, but I'm sure
I
there
get
are
what you
other
mean. Yeah, it
bands who,
doesn't give you the full description of what the band actually sound like because it's just one song. Yeah, and they do
yeah,
that. They do the harsh vocal thing, but now it's sort of more back and forth with other vocals. So yeah, I see what you mean.
yeah, yeah, but it was cool. And I do really want to listen to more Mastodon at some point, because yeah, like I said, musically it was, or instrument. I kept writing musically, but then I kept correcting myself because
You meant
vo-
instrumentally. Yeah, yeah.
vocals are also musically. So yeah,
Yes, that's true.
instrumentally,
That's true. Yeah.
yeah, cool. But yes, I will listen to some more. Um, and headlining the Opus stage is A Day to Remember. Since their formation in 2003, the Florida group have achieved 1 platinum album, 2 gold albums, 1 platinum single, and 4 gold singles, not to mention each full-length record ascended to #1 on the Billboard Rock, Indie, and Alternative charts, including their most recent release. A Day to Remember's Big Ol' Album Volume 1, which arrived in 2025. They've put up an unprecedented number for a rock act. They've put up unprecedented numbers for a rock act in the 21st century, generating nearly 2 billion streams worldwide and sales of 3 million plus units. They've also packed arenas and continental tours and attracted a global audience consisting of millions. Then they've got the members. Yep. Day to Remember.
Yeah, Day to Remember. Alternative rock band, metal band. It's really hard to put them with pop punk style vocals. I've never been a fan. In fact, the one reason I'm not a fan is the vocals. Like, I remember hearing the music and thinking, "Oh yeah, this is good," and then as soon as that sort of pop punk style vocal came in, I was like, "No, thank you. That's not what I want from that. No problem." And I grew up with friends that were massive fans of this band. They huge. Everyone, I swear to God, all my friends, everyone but me, loved this band. They loved them. And like I said before, I
Yeah.
got dragged by my friend Aston 2013 to see them, and they were excellent. They were really good. I thoroughly enjoyed their show. They were great, but they're just not a band I would ever go out of my way to listen to. So I'm sure this is going to be an incredible show headlining that stage, but
Yeah.
it's just not a band personally I would ever go out of my way again to see, unless I was dragged because someone else. Actually, the only reason I think I saw them is Limp Bizkit were headlining that stage, and they were main
Okay.
support for Limp Bizkit. So we wanted to get a good spot for Limp Bizkit, but also he really wanted me to see Days to Remember. And I don't regret it, but yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I honestly don't know why I never got into this band. So unlike Mastodon, I knew it was the vocals of that one song that put me off. I don't know what it was with this band. I'm the same. I never got into them. I don't know what it was about this band when I first heard them that I just went, nope. Probably the time and all the gimpy other emo bands around at the same time I've written. But this is awesome. I absolutely loved it. It would have been exactly the kind of stuff I would have been into at the time. So I don't know why I didn't get into them at the time, but I could now, I think. I could really
Yeah.
enjoy this.
Weird that, well, unfortunate that you missed out on them for so long.
Yeah. But like I said, there would have been one reason, like a reason that I didn't. Probably similar to like, yeah, I listened to one song and I thought, no, I'm not interested in this. If this is what they're going to sound like, then I won't go back. But again, they would have changed over the years. So yeah. But I mean, they're massive, like you said. So
Oh,
many people like
huge.
them.
Huge band.
Yeah, cool. And that is headlining the Opus stage. So moving to the Apex stage, opening is Unpeople. A project brimming with energy and impassioned animosity with the state of the world and its effects on humanity. A four-piece made up of guitarists, people, and with a mission to combine earnest, earnest lyricisms and hefty riffs with catchy melodies and luscious harmonies. And people.
Sorry, just readjusting. Unpurple. Unpurple. I've got here pop rock band with some punk influences. Was okay, not for me. I can't remember. Even though I listened to this band, I cannot remember them at all. Can't remember what even they sounded like, but apparently that's how I described them at the time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've got some interesting sounds, but in a good way. They have a different sound with a different style of writing, and it's clearly working out for them. That's all I've written, but yeah, I think they were quite good, and all of the, I think all of the sort of really big bands that we've talked about, not the modern metal bands that all sound the same. A lot of the other ones, there are no other bands that sound like them. And I think this is another one that it was pointed out in the Discord earlier that they seem to be on every show at the moment. They're supporting so many people on tours and things like that. So yeah, I think they could go quite far.
Go far. That's good. Yeah,
Because
it's
they've
nice
got like
to
a
be
unique sound.
Yeah, it's good to be different. You know, there's so many bands that's similar, even though they're all slightly different. But it is nice to have bands that stand out from the pack, especially when you've got so many bands over the weekend.
Yeah, cool. Moving on is Kublai. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Kublai Khan TX, the Sherman TX quartet with people in the band. Quietly emerged as a fiery force since their 2008 formation straight out of high school. Them.
Is that it?
That's it.
Kublai Khan. I got here modern hardcore with sludge elements. Pretty good, really good. People rage about this band. They go crazy for this band.
Zorba's Dance is what I was trying to think of earlier, right at the beginning. Zorba's Dance. Anyway.
Yeah. They're good. They're good. I mean, I don't really listen to that much hardcore these days. If it was 2006, I would have absolutely loved this band. But it's not, so I don't.
It's not, so I don't. Cool. Yeah, I've just got, not for me, I'm afraid. I mean, they're obviously huge. So many people like them.
Yeah, they're great. Supposed to be cracking live as well.
Yeah. Cracking skulls in the pit.
In fact, I think putting them on the main stage is a bit, They should have put them on the second stage or in the tent. I think that would have been better for crowd interaction.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Cool.
Just my
Who
opinion.
knows? Next year Download might be full-on metal festival. No barrier. Everybody on the stage.
No barrier. Oh my God. Hells yeah, man. There should be a no barrier stage at Download.
Should be.
Well up for that.
And we know they listen to this. Maybe they'll do it next year.
Definitely do. Just one stage. It could even be, smaller than the Dogtooth stage. Just no barrier.
If they don't do it, we'll take this barrier away from the Dear Download stage, our own stage. We'll say, well, fucker, you ain't doing it. We'll innovate and move the festival forward for you.
Oh, hell's yeah. And we'll see if people will come and two-step on the stage. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Cool. Let's go. Let's go on to the next band. Rory. Sorry, I just shouted at you. Sorry, Rory. Ooh. At 40 years old, Rory is rewriting the rulebook of rock. In an industry obsessed with youth, she proves it's never too late to start a fire. Her debut album, Restoration, stormed into the UK top 10 in 2025 with music with Music Week calling it one of the most impressive chart results of the year, crowned Best UK Breakthrough Artist at the Heavy Musical Awards and backed by Kerrang, Rock Sound and BBC Radio 1. It's her fans, the 37 Club, that set her apart, outsiders who wear their scars on their sleeves and scream every lyric back with unparalleled devotion.
Rory, I've got here pop rock / metal. Hard to pigeonhole as the music is like all over the place. Like I didn't get one genre from it. I was like, okay, right, this is metal. Then I was like, the next bit's like poppy, and then they've got like a rock song. I was like, okay, so I couldn't really define what they were. I thought it was good because it was so diverse, but it wasn't something that connected with me personally. But I respected musicianship was definitely very, very good.
Yeah. I quite like Rory as well. Yeah, the music was great. I really enjoyed it. It's all I wrote. I've quite liked a lot of Rory's stuff for a long time now. I can't say I ever really put any albums on, but yeah, whenever it comes up, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I liked.
Oh, nice.
Some of this stuff. Yeah. Cool. Okay, Bloodywood. Bloodywood is a metal band from India known for pioneering a sound that seamlessly fuses Indian folk instruments with metal to devastating effect even. Expect to hear the percussive power of the mighty dhol and melancholic flute, the single-stringed tumbi, and several other uncommon yet distinctly characteristic sounds from India. A combination of thunderous Hindi, Punjabi choruses and meaningful yet unforgivable rap verses along with the ethnic instrumentation makes Bloodywood a truly unique experience. Bloodywood.
Yeah. Awesome metal band with new metal influences as well, from India, obviously. I mean, not since Jethro Tull has a band been this badass and had a fucking flute solo in the middle. Just absolutely mind-blowing shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, beat down into a flute solo. You've got to respect the brashness of that. Obviously, very cool switches between the two vocalists, two singers, cracking live. Like I said before, right? When I saw them at Bloodstock the first time or Download, I think it was Bloodstock, and then I saw them at Download. I got a real Linkin Park vibe from their show because it was all like positive energy. The singer would be rapping and then singing, and then there'd be a bit of screaming, and I got that. I hadn't had a vibe like that from a band since seeing Linkin Park. So it's kind of crazy that they're playing on the same stage as Linkin Park. But I've also got written here, we'll show Linkin Park how a Linkin Park show is done. But yeah, fantastic band. Brilliant.
Cool. Every time I think of this band, I can't help but think that they're a meme band until I'm actually listening to them. I don't think I've listened to a single song of theirs since the last time that we listened to them for these episodes. I think it was probably a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
But man, they're good. Like, it's just such a full sound and such an awesome. Yeah, it's like a wall of sound, but in a good way. Everything is. You could hear everything as well, though. Yeah, and I was just like, it just blew me away again. And I was like, why haven't I been listening to this band?
Dude, you have to go live. Like, they are better than they are on record. They're one of those bands. They're just so, the energy is just so insane live. Like, you won't see or hear anything like Bloodywood this entire weekend, which is why, obviously, if I was attending this festival, there would be absolutely no way I would be missing this band. They are so good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Part of me is thinking they're not really the kind of band that you can listen to casually. They would demand your full attention when you're listening to them because, you're like, yeah, I want to hear this better. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to them, so I don't know.
I think that they demand that from you. When you listen to them, you can't help but be interested in them, which is, it kind of brings something out in you as well. But dude, at Download 2023, when they played last, they fucking ripped the place. Absolutely ripped it. the whole front part of the crowd was going crazy. There was dust everywhere. I was like, this is sick. It's so
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
They were
I
great.
better go and see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, moving on then is The Pretty Reckless. The Pretty Reckless is a rock band hailing from New York City, known for their electrifying live performances and soul-bearing lyrics. Fronted by the incomparable Taylor Momsen, whose captivating vocals effortlessly shift from raw power to haunting vulnerability, and fueled by the dynamic guitar work of Ben Phillips alongside Jamie Perkins. Explosive drums and Mark Damon's resonant bass, the band have established themselves as an enduring powerhouse of rock music. I'm not going to read any more of that. What do you think?
Cool, though. I've just got here rock music. Pretty good.
Yeah.
She's got a good
Okay.
voice. They got good songs. They got catchy hooks. Yeah. It's just not the sort of thing that I listen to, but it's good.
Okay.
They got a lot of fans and they've got a lot of hits. So they undoubtedly have a lot of people watching them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I've got another band with the same thing that I said about Trivium. If I'd heard some of their singles over the years, I most probably would have gotten into them massively. But I've just never come across them really before. I've heard the name and everything, and I've just never gone out my way to put a song on.
I hear them quite a lot because Vicky has them on playlists because she loves them. So
Okay.
their songs come on and I'm like, who's this? She's like, Pretty Reckless. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. I like this.
Yeah.
Not something I would listen to, but something that she really likes. So
Yeah. No, I thought they were really good. And I think Kelly really likes them. So, oh yeah, did I don't know if I said on here or said to you at all that Kelly's bringing Soren on the Sunday.
oh no, oh my god,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Can't believe that slipped my mind, but yes.
He's
it's
gonna
be
rock.
Cool. He's gonna love it. Yeah. Be a long day for him
rock.
though. He might hate it.
He might
like it after.
I suppose even if he doesn't like the music, there's so much to see. It's going to be definitely a visually stimulating day.
Yeah.
100%. It'd be a good experience.
I think he'll enjoy it. But
Yeah.
there's that thing. He has to walk a bit too much, more than he wants to probably. He might be, come with me, come on, boy. But yeah, so next up is Ice Nine Kills. Ice Nine Kills craft anthems full of passion and precision. The band's theatrical bombast created a community of self-described psychos and launched a type of pop culture lore celebrated in their songs. They make timeless and timely music, mixing metalcore, melody, and punk with power.
Modern metal, pop metal band with horror, loads and loads of horror and movie references. I mean, they're good. I can't get into this band, although they're referencing and talking about a lot of things that I like. Something about them doesn't let me like them. I think it'd be the vocals.
Okay.
I just can't get to grips with them. I can't. Something in my body is just not letting me like them for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, clearly a very, very good band, a very, very well-loved band, a good band with a good stage performance now, apparently, as well. So I think visually, even if you're not a fan of the music, it'll probably be an interesting one to watch.
I'm wondering. So it's been a while, and I could be wrong with this, but I think his voice is very American, even though he is American. Is very typically American. So I'm wondering if that's maybe what it is.
Could be. I don't like when the singers sound really American when they're over pronunciating everything, because no one actually sings like that. That's your style
you have to put
of
it
singing.
on. Yeah.
So it doesn't get right with me. That like me, like being like me going on stage and snoop a nuts are we're all snoop do you know what I mean? Like it'll get really annoying. So that's the equivalent of what I think that bands like this do when they over Americanize everything. If that's even an understandable way of putting it. But do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not going to go Chaz and Dave it on stage.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I quite like Ice Nine Kills, not quite as much as Kelly likes them, but I mean, she's had albums on in the car and they just play through and through and through, and I really get into them. Um, yeah, so I'll definitely be there watching them. You know, like I said, I do really like them, but I'm not as obsessed as probably quite a lot of their fans are about them. Probably.
Yeah, they're a bit
Um,
like Creeper in that way, where the Ice Nine Kill fans are obsessed with Ice Nine Kills. Like the
yeah,
Creeper fans are obsessed with Creeper. It's
yeah,
like they have just really diehard fans that are just like they're in jump in with 2 feet. That's it. They're in there sort of forever kind of
yeah.
thing.
I'm
So
going to
it's
add
quite
Motionless in White to
culty.
that list as well.
Yes, yeah. Motionless in White, Creeper, and Ice Nine Kills all fit perfectly into that
Yeah,
basis of bands. Yeah, 100%.
yeah, cool. But yeah, great band. I really like them. Cool. Let's move on to Bad Omens. Bad Omens are coming off a wildly successful 3 years with the explosive success of their breakthrough third studio album, The Death of Peace of Mind. Hailed as a stunning fusion of dark, weekend-esque, I don't know what that means, pop and industrial metalcore. The project has garnered over 1.8 billion streams. Yeah, I don't think we need to read any more of that. Bad Omens.
Bad Omens. I've got This Is What Bring Me the Horizon has done to music. That's it. I find this
That's
band
it.
unbearable.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't write anything for them because I was listening quite late. But I I like a few of their songs. I think a few of their songs were on. I've talked about it loads of times. But yeah, the Bring Me the Horizon playlist that I was listening to after they played in 2023, they had loads and loads and loads of bands like this on. Like a few of the other ones that are on the lineup as well. That I said that I know a few songs. And yeah, I did fall in love with some of the songs, and I heard them over and over again to fall more in love with them. But I've never wanted to go and listen to a Bad Omens album. Um, just some of their songs I really like, but that's what their songs are. I would say they're very carefully sculpted for to hook people in um, with their catchy choruses, like we said
Mm.
again about so many bands. Um, and try and yeah, you sort of hook you in to be a fan. It never happened for me, but that's what all these bands are doing, and it's working. So
Yeah,
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 good
yeah.
for
I'm not,
them.
not, I'm not complaining about them as a band. What they're doing is working, and more power to.
Yeah,
It's just personally for me, it's just I can't. There's some things I just can't unhear.
yeah,
Um, I can't unhear them. So
yeah. Cool. Okay, are we done with them? Shall we move on to Linkin Park? Then I didn't get their write up or write anything for them. Do you want me to read? Do you want me to see if they haven't anything written down?
no, why no, no, no. We've already
I
talked
don't
about
think
them
we
for
need to.
like 3 hours. I've
Yeah.
also
Watch this
misspelt their name.
episode.
I've also misspelt their name on here. I've got Lonking Park.
Linkin Park.
Um,
Awesome.
Probably the name they should be, because they legally shouldn't be allowed to use the name Linkin Park as they are a cover band. Um, but anyway, but no, like we don't. Everyone knows I'm an old school Linkin Park guy. Love the band to bits. Don't necessarily dislike what they're doing now. Just not really fussed about it. If I was there, I'd be watching Static X, and then I'd probably sit on the hill and watch the rest of Linkin Park. I would say, but I wouldn't be involved like I would have been back in the day. But yeah, it's a Linkin Park for a new generation, and they are headlining this festival. And we spoke about them in length. So, like just like Adam said, we've got a whole Linkin Park episode. And yeah, go and check that out if you want to hear our deep thoughts and emotions about Linkin Park. But yeah, how do you feel about this ending the festival?
I would have preferred them on the Friday or Saturday, probably the Saturday, actually.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I'm fine with it. Otherwise,
Yeah, I just like talking. Just going back to the video I done with Stu and Ben Chids. We were talking and we were like, I really wish Downo would go back to putting the classic bands on the Sunday. Or they did that last year with Korn, but Korn technically are one of the legacy bands, but they're not they're more of a mental legacy, because the bands from the 2000s is just a bit more mental musically than anything from the 70s, 80s, or 90s. So yeah, it's I would have preferred if they would have done Guns N' Roses on the Sunday and done Linkin Park or Limp Bizkit either way round. It wouldn't have really mattered, I don't think. But yeah, that's it really. I had no point to that whatsoever. I was just stumbling along, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you. And then as well, Guns N' Roses on the Sunday. I mean, it's not what Download or Guns N' Roses want, but it's what the fans would probably want. Have Guns N' Roses on the Sunday. They're playing a 3-hour 20 set. They're starting at 7:35, which is possibly the earliest a headliner's ever started. So you could watch an hour and a half of them, and then make your way home if you're leaving Sunday night.
Yeah, you get a full gig.
Yeah. Whereas, Linkin Park, they're playing for an hour and a half. They're finishing at 10:30, I want to say, so they're not starting until about 9. So, like I said, that's not what Download or Guns N' Roses would want, but
No.
that's probably what a lot of people would do. Say, oh, yeah, I stuck around for a little bit for them, and then made my way home and got an early night.
Yeah.
Ready for work on Monday morning. What are you doing? Working on Monday morning? Are we carrying on from the Sunday night? Are we?
Yeah, we're going to carry out. Yeah, I'll be at work Monday morning.
Oh, okay, excellent, cool.
Without a hangover.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm going back on Tuesday. Should we move on to Tuesday? I'm back
Tuesday.
I'm back in work on Tuesday. Tuesdays are nice at the minute. I only do
Tuesday,
about 7 hours.
I'm starting my 554 days to download 2027 on TikTok.
Lovely.
So prepare yourself, people.
You need to prepare yourself for that.
Gonna blow everyone out the water, mate. You watch. Gonna put everyone to shame.
Yeah. Do you know what? I thought of a fun fact a little while back as well, actually, though. Talking of that, if you add, or if you play every short on TikTok about Download back to back, they still don't cover the amount of time of one of our episodes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. That's a lot. God, your brain would be mush after like an hour. Oh my God! Like doom scrolling is a real thing that we all do. But if it was just like everyone on TikTok with just the same stuff about Download, oh my God, your brain would explode. That's like some form of torture. Just sit down and just scroll through all of these guys on TikTok, me included, but just like all the people.
Yeah,
it's like you'd never want to hear the word Download ever again.
No,
would you?
No. Well, no. Let's stop. We're talking about other festivals another time.
Yeah, we're done.
This I don't know if I said too much about Linkin Park, but yeah, I'm quite looking forward to Linkin Park. I've said loads of stuff on here before about why and why I wasn't really interested in them for a long time. So yeah, you can check out a full episode on Linkin Park. What do you think of the lineup as a whole?
I think the exact same thing that I thought when announced. I filmed the announcement of me looking at it for the first time, and my reaction to the headliners was eh, and then my reaction to it on the undercard was oh, and that is exactly how I still feel about this festival. I think that it's not the most exciting headliners we could have had, but I think that there are so many gems on the undercard, and the undercard, Download has had some good headliners in the last few years, but I think the saving grace of this festival for the last 2 years at least, 2023 is different because that's a completely different beast all by itself. So I would say that 24 and 25 all been about the undercard. The undercard has been the saving grace of these festivals, and the quality, strength in depth is what Download have been doing. So they've been booking whoever they've been booking, and then they've been trying their best to go all over the place genre-wise, but try to get solid bands in there as well. I haven't been disappointed in the last 3 years by any of the undercard and the Download lineup. I've been disappointed by headliners, but not by the undercards, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I discovered as many bands as I would have liked to on the undercard. I thought the same, loads of great bands, and I'll discover loads more that I'll like. Not quite as many, but there was still some good bands that I found from the undercard. And you'll find out from, well, if people have listened to the headliner episodes, or any of our episodes around there, I said that I'm actually looking forward to all three of the headliners this year a lot more than I thought I would, which is strange. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people are saying they're disappointing, and I thought the same to begin with. But I am really looking forward to them a lot. But I think there are some things missing from the lineup. Like there's barely any pop punk. There's a couple. Barely any pop punk.
Couple, not many though. We did say that last time. Yeah, not many compared to, like we said, the Avalanche stage was pretty much a pop punk stage for 3 or 4 years at least. Doesn't really seem to be much of that now. Yeah. But maybe it's just not really happening in the scene at the moment, and
maybe
other stuff is taking over. Like we see a lot of pop metalcore seems to be the sort of main beef of the last couple of years of Download lineup. So maybe that's just the direction that it's going in. Music, metal especially, always ebbs and flows. So
yeah,
right now it's that kind of time, isn't it? Like,
yeah, you're right. And
it always depends. There's I think every 10 years for me, Download has like quite a bland lineup. The last one for me was 2017, where it was just kind of like, well, that's a lineup, I guess. I don't really see anything interesting on there, but it's a lineup. This kind of feels the closest thing like that to me. It's more interesting than that, but it kind of feels like every now and then there's one Download lineup for me where I'm just like, okay, this will be a Download lineup that happened, but won't be one that people continuously talk about.
Yeah.
Not one that's mentioned all the time, like your 2023s, your 2012s, your 2009s, all the big boys, like the Pilot. No one's in 10 years going to go, oh my God, man, do you remember Download 2026? That was so amazing. I just don't think that it's going to be one of those lineups. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't think it will be a memorable one that everyone will remember. Unless something insane happens, I don't think it's going to be looked back upon as one of the great.
Yeah. But saying that, though, it's the fastest selling Download, like, ever as well. So maybe we are past
every
it.
Festival seems to be the quickest selling version of their festival, because festivals in general are more. I'm not trying to take that away from Download at all, but Bloodstock sold out. Festivals go quickly now because festivals go quickly now. It doesn't mean that it's the best Download there's ever been. It just means it's sold really well.
Yeah. Maybe we're getting people back from Bloodstock. Everyone left Download to go to Bloodstock, and now Bloodstock's selling out. They're like, oh, we've got nowhere else to go. Let's go back to Download.
I can tell you one thing that's definitely not happening, and that is people going back to Download from Bloodstock. I can almost guarantee that's not happening. People going to Bloodstock from Download is definitely happening. People going back from Bloodstock to Download, definitely not happening.
Yeah, maybe. I think it is. It must be.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, but another genre. I mean, you know me. I hate ska as much as the next guy. But we haven't got any ska. Not a single ska band.
No Scar. There's never really that much Scar though, is there really?
No, but
Anymore?
when it's not there, you miss it. Even though, yeah, I don't really like it that much.
Okay,
I
so
think brass
if we were to give
ruins it. Any
if we were
music
to give
is
download notes, we would say if we like a little side note to say like just a few notes, guys. Like
Where's
like
the Scar?
like when you're making a movie and like the company will come in and be like just a few notes for the director just to tell them. So we'd write less modern metalcore, more pop punk. Please book at least one Scar band, please.
Yeah,
Those are our linear notes for the download booking team.
Yeah,
Little less modern metalcore, or more of it, as long as they don't have pop choruses. A little bit more pop punk, and just a dash, a tinge of Scar. That's what we're missing.
definitely.
I agree
But
with
I
all
did,
of those notes.
yeah, absolutely. But I did want to point out as well, at this point, we still haven't had any repeated headliners since it came back in this new era, which is amazing.
That's quality. Yeah, I don't really. Those. Sorry, I just want to check I'm still recording. Those kind of. There was a few years, wasn't there, where Downer was getting the comments, oh fucking hell, man. Every year it's Slipknot and Maiden, fuck's sake, like, because they did play a lot within that span. You don't really hear those comments anymore. People moan about the headliners because they're always going to moan about the headliners, but they don't say, oh my God, man, Limp Bizkit, they headlined 2 years ago, because they didn't.
Yeah.
Because, and the good thing about that is now when we have a headliner, it won't feel like it's a repeated headliner because the headliners have been so spread out. So you could have Slipknot now, and Slipknot headlined like 2 years ago. It will be 4 years ago, but if they do it next year, that feels like a really nice gap to have a Bring Me the Horizon or a Slipknot or someone that's headlined recently. So yeah, I think it's great that you don't hear that mentioned anymore, and a good point.
Yeah, I think it's great. But yeah, I think we should probably start to wrap up here because it's very late. We've been recording for a long time. We got a cat.
That's it. That's when you know.
I
I mean, stop saying it's late. It's not late to the people listening to it.
Yeah, but
they don't know.
They might be wondering why we're being so silly. Oh, we're late.
Because we're morons. It's got nothing to do with the fact we're tired. It's because we're morons.
I'm not as a professional person as Simon. I do apologise for my late comment.
Fucking... I've had enough, guys. All right.
We'll have it out at download.
We're gonna...
Ha! Okay,
what sort of a presenter of a download-based podcast doesn't get a download? What a moron.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right. Let's. Was there anything else you wanted to say about this lineup or this year, or anything else before we close the show off?
Just hope it rains.
Fuck off.
That's it, really.
We're late enough in YouTube to be able to swear, aren't we? Fuck off. Their algorithm doesn't scan like.
I want all of you to be
in.
rained on profusely.
Yeah.
And I will have a wonderful smile on my face for all of you. Bring your wellies, that's all I'm going to say. Bring your wellies.
What a lovely bloke that Simon, isn't he? Yeah. Now you're seeing true colours. Finally, after 5 years, he's turning heel. I can't believe I just did a wrestling reference. I'm such a twat.
Simon's turned heel. I genuinely think I've always been a heel. Come on. You're the face,
London,
I'm the heel. That's how this podcast works.
Yeah, you're not too wrong there. Right, let's find the Patreons. I have to say a massive thank you to all of our Patreons who are Joe Butler, Mike Ferris, Andy Taylor, Liam Hopwood, Tom West, Ethan Brown, Matthew, Chris Henderson, Henry Richardson, Chris Hambridge, Alexander Toon, and James. All of you massive legends. Thank you so much for supporting us. We actually, I in the video for the last episode wanted to create like the Disney sing-along thing with the bouncing to the names. It was nice. It was a bit rubbish, but I didn't have that much time to work on it, so it was cool. I just had a little thing emoji, just going through the names as I said them, and it was
cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Thank you. And maybe I'll try and do something a bit more exciting next time. But I'm still very new at video editing. But yeah, all of you guys, thank you so much for supporting us. A lot of those guys who are on the £8 tier, that's all we have, but who would have been on the £10 tier last year, have received a T-shirt from us in the last few days as well, which is so cool. Again, Broken Day actually arranged it all for us. They got their artist to do it. They ordered the T-shirts, put their name on it as well. So normally it would say Adam Stage and Simon Stage, but this one says Dear Download Stage and Broken Day Stage. All to do with the sponsorship that we have at the moment, which we'll say a quick word about again in a minute. But yeah, it's got everybody's names on it. We'd run that every year. If we were a good podcast, or if I was a good podcast host, I would get that out by the end of February. So if you guys wanted to do it for the next year, you go, oh, I can do it. But now it's too late for this year, which is stupid. Stupid of me. Silly Adam. Bad host. But it's a cool T-shirt, and I might put a picture of it on the screen.
Put it on the screen. Show people a picture of a T-shirt they can't get.
Yeah. Here's what you could have won.
Here's what you could have won if you were subscribed. If you were one of our patrons. So, if you like awesome T-shirts like this T-shirt somewhere around there, I don't know where he's going to put it. Somewhere around there. You could have a T-shirt like this if you join our Patreon, and there will be explained the rules of how you can qualify for this T-shirt. But yeah, that's why you should join the Patreon, because you get sick merch.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's very cool. That's the third one we've done. But yeah, so the Patreon link will be in the episode description, or the description underneath on YouTube. Loads of other stuff you can find in there as well. We've got a Linktree that has our email address. If you want to email us for any reason. It has a link to the Discord if you want to join the Discord for any reason.
Ooh.
It has Facebook and Instagram if you want to follow us on those things.
Ooh.
I forgot what it has now. It's got your YouTube and all the other stuff.
Ooh.
But speaking of your YouTube, we'll get to that as soon as we have this quick word about Broken Day again. Haha, I fooled you. You thought I was going to it, didn't you?
Yes. Broken Day. I'm wearing a Broken Day T-shirt right now. It's friggin' awesome. We love our merch. We love the fact that we're working with Broken Day. And I'm not just one of these people. We are not just saying that. These T-shirts are absolutely sick. I mean, they're there for you guys to see. So go to brokendayclothing.com. Have a look at the T-shirt. Get a Dear Download one. Get some more as well. They got loads of deals and codes and all sorts of stuff on their website. So go over there, buy a load of stuff. But get our hoodie, get our T-shirts, get everything on there. Still can get them in time for download. So go on, order them now. And you will look beautiful for the Big Boy Festival.
The Big Boy Festival, yes. And thank you, Broken Day. Absolutely amazing working with you. We love you. Now, Simon, speaking of YouTube, do you want to plug your YouTubes?
Took your time, didn't you? Jesus Christ, get to the important bit.
All right, we'll skip it. I'll edit it out, don't worry.
Skip it. Just edit it out. That'd be so good. My YouTube, and then just go to
the... No, I don't.
Okay.
And you're talking about, no, I don't want to do it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'll talk over you. All right, stop it. Hurry up.
Okay, sorry.
It's going to be a bitch to edit.
I have a YouTube. I have 2 YouTubes, actually. It's way too many. I'm definitely getting rid of one at some point, and I think I know which one it's going to be. I've just done my Limp Bizkit episode, so if you want to know some things about Limp Bizkit, go and watch that. My Guns N' Roses one will be next, and then, of course, followed by Lincoln Park, as I put them. Longcon Park, I can't remember what I put them down as. And then I've got some other more physical media stuff coming over on Simon Says Cinema, which is really cool because I'm just got so many DVDs at the moment. Like I said, I'm buying and selling DVDs now as well, so my Vinted and all that is up and running and doing really, really well. And I've just got tons of stuff that I bought for my own collection, which is super exciting. And I'm just excited to display this at some point, show it off to everyone, and then really get into the thick of a YouTube channel. This is just the little spout of water at the beginning. Then when the collection is, in place and there's only specific things that I'm looking for, boy, that is going to be a huge, huge trip. So enjoy the festival content while you can, because it won't be too much longer until there is no longer a Simon Bond music-based YouTube channel. So I'm either thinking at the end of this year or the end of the next. So see where the wind takes me. But yeah, it feels wrong to kind of end it without having a final download vlog. So maybe next year's download vlog might be the last one, possibly in the end of the channel maybe, but I don't know what all that's going on. Anyway, I'm working on loads of music. What else am I working on? Obviously doing stuff for the podcast as well. I'm doing TikTok now as well. I'm also doing Simon Says Instagram, and there's so much. I've got so much stuff going on. It feels great and overwhelming all at the same time. But check out all my stuff. It's all good.
I get the overwhelming bit, because I also have a YouTube that I haven't put a video out for a couple of weeks now. I feel like I've plugged it.
Disgraceful.
But there should be another episode out before this is out. So I have a YouTube channel which is a Dungeons and Dragons actual play. It's called Critical Pit. It's got undertones of music. It's all about music basically, but my guys don't know what it is about music yet, so I can't say too much here. But basically, in my world, bards are not adventurers anymore. They stopped doing that a long time ago, and they have to discover why. And it's going to be a ride. It's going to be a journey for them. And they will come across some mosh pits. So, yeah, excellent. But anyway, yes, come and have a look. Like I said, there'll be another episode out, and it's just incredible stuff. I'm really enjoying doing it. It's I don't know how to finish this bit off. Come and look. Come and just look at it. Just
go subscribe. Go click on it. Go enjoy the beautiful nerds playing a beautiful journey.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Thank you. And we are going to bring this episode to a close. Next episode, we don't always do this anymore, and I should. Next episode, we are going to be talking about everything else at Download that's going to happen across the weekend. We got all the stuff that's happening in District X. We might talk a bit about food. We're going to talk about all sorts. So, and we will have Simon's brother, the other Adam, joining us for that episode.
The other co-host for a little while, kind of like what Stu done last year, where he just joined us for a bit. Adam will be doing the exact same thing, but obviously Adam will be doing the live show as well. So it gives a little chance for you guys to kind of get used to him, so he doesn't just show up on stage and be like, "Hi, I'm this guy." I'm sure a lot of you know him. He's been on the show before. Sure, a lot of you have met him at Download because we're always together at Download. Normally, if I'm there, he's there. But it will just be a good little intro to him before he takes over temporarily for me at Download. Yeah,
it give me a chance to get used to him as well. Even though, I do know him very well, but you won't be there. It's difficult. I've been wanting to say this, and I don't know when. I don't think I'll put it in the live show, so I want to say it here. It's difficult to have a conversation with both Simon and Adam at the same time, because they only communicate in references from their childhood. And I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'll just say it then.
Do we?
I don't know that reference, pretty much.
They're probably just references, not to our child, just to random shit. That's why.
Random stuff
so
that you're
probably
watched.
Just like, what the fuck?
Okay. But you both know the reference, and I don't quite often.
Okay, right. Sorry. Don't mean to exclude
it's fine.
you.
No, not at all. No, I'm just saying how funny it is, not I don't feel bad or anything.
We have our own moron language, basically, that we
pretty much.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, like you said, a lot of people would have seen him in your vlogs. I've seen a lot of people say he will be probably the best replacement that we could have, as he's so funny in your vlogs. So, that was nice to see. I didn't spur anybody on to say that. It was nice.
No, that
sounds like sarcasm. Yeah, it does not sarcasm. We got to go. So, it's a goodbye from Simon.
Goodbye.
And a goodbye from me. Goodbye.